You are now tuned into the FuseBox Radio Broadcast with DJ Fusion and John Judah. Syndicated worldwide to bring real black radio back to the masses.
All right, everybody, 1 2 1 2. What's going on? You're now in tune to another session of the syndicated worldwide FuseBox Radio Broadcast with DJ Fusion and John Judah. Since 1998, whether it's on your FM dial, internet radio station, podcast, or website, we're up in here to bring you a slice of what we call 21st century black radio to the masses, a mix of diverse music as well as news, commentary, and all of that from the, I guess one can say black American perspective, but in particular our perspective. And of course, you know, with the grooves, some things that people can jam and enjoy. Regardless of how you feel about how we're talking about things. So that's what's up. You got myself, DJ Fusion, on the mix of commentary in. On the side, you got my bro, John Judah. What's going on there, Judah?
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. It's the wonderful and beautiful, black and hungry, black and lovely, only that is above we, FuseBox radio frequencies. Yes, indeed. John Judah, okay, Blanco Rosanna Dana. Right about now, checking out Fusion. What's up at what's the deal, Fusion?
And I'm good. Just glad to be in here another week to bring the good vibes and everything with the FuseBox Radio sound. And of course, appreciative of our broadcast affiliates that bring the FuseBox sound to lots and lots of people, as well as our listeners who, by whatever means, whether it's them downloading the show or checking it out through our wonderful partners, make this thing grow and expand and happen. So thanks to everybody for putting on our weekly 3 hours of good times, fun times, thoughtful times, so forth and so on. You can check us out on the World Wide Web at any time, either at our official blog site, blackradioisback.com, which also has the latest listing of all of our broadcast affiliate partners. You can also go to our official site at FuseboxRadioOnline.com. That's FuseboxRadio online.com, straight up as one word. And for any of the social networks, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Vimeo, etc., you can just go to any of those networks and just do the /Fusebox Radio, again, FuseboxRadio, and you'll be able to touch base with us. And through blackradiosback.com, we do have the SoundCloud link, so if you want to submit music for the FuseBox Radio broadcast, you can click on that link, and from there it gives you all the information about what we need, essentially clean music tracks, so forth and so on, and you can go from there and submit. So I just want to have all of our music artists know that we go through those tracks constantly. We get a lot of tracks, actually, whether it's through that or our MP3 email. We deeply appreciate all of that. And you know, if you got the heat, one day you can be on the FuseBox Radio. So that's what's up. Indie or mainstream, it don't matter, as long as it's hot. That's what counts to us and the people whose ears are tuned in right now and all that good stuff. And let me see here. Yeah, we got a lot going on this week's particular show as well. Last week we had a great interview with New York's own Cool G Rap.
Alright.
And this week we're staying in that NYCT, New Jersey, tri-state area. We got Trenton, New Jersey's own Wise Intelligent. Y'all know him for Poor Righteous Teachers and the solo work he's done. We interviewed him a few years back when he was making the comeback with the Blessed Be the Poor album, which, you know, we gotta do a little bit of self-promo here. There are those interview segments are from the FuseBox Radio, and the press releases and all that stuff say that. So, you know, we were glad to be a small part of that particular project. And he has a new project that's just dropped, actually, the UnConkable Djezuz Jonez. And we go into a whole lot of stuff. We go into the album, his background in Trenton, things going on with media, education, other stuff in general. Pretty free-ranging conversation. And, you know, since we're power packing it real heavy this Black History Month, 2011, you know, it's definitely a good interview. We got some old school tracks and new school tracks from him in the mix. And of course, John Judah's own mix of eclectic wonderfulness that we can't give away, but it's always good. It's always lovely.
Indeed, of course. Fueled and schooled by, of course, Mr. Magic Marlon Red Alert.
Word up.
Of course, Philly DJs of the 80s, yes indeed.
No doubt, no doubt. And we have a new free press segment since the Wise Intelligent interview and music chunk is a little long. We don't have the Black Agenda Report and the Direct Effects segment this week, but next week we'll have all of those things going. But the free press segment is definitely important, and we're going to touch base a little bit on that subject matter they're going to be going in depth on with that. So yeah, FuseBox Radio, making it happen. Shout out as always to our website affiliates, our folks over at planetill.com, and Oh Hell Nah Blog at ohhellnawblog.com, where people do the written end of things. With Planet Ill, it's the Indecent Exposure weekly articles giving big ups to independent music artists of all genres from all over the world. And Oh Hell Nah Blog, mixtape Mondays and New Music Tuesdays to start off New Music Tuesdays this past week, along with the fellow OHN staff. Since I'm sure some people know first quarter music-wise is a little slow, so you kind of got to wait for things that are worthy to review and stuff from any segment. So this time around there's a few albums on there. Shouts out to my fellow music staff, Hex and Beth, you know what I'm saying. And yeah, I got a review on there with the Talib Kweli's Gutter Rainbows LP. Personally, I think it's one of the best albums he's done solo. People know he's been in a whole lot of groups and duos and stuff, but I think he's kind of getting his stride. But this is also, I think, one of his first straight up independent albums. He didn't really have to answer to nobody, so I thought that was interesting. You want to check the detailed joint? Go to Oh Hell Nah Blog and see what's cracking and see what is up and stuff. So yep. Let me see here. On the commentary end, we got a little bit of time and a few stories I just wanted to bring up and go back and forth with John Judah for a while. On the sports end, I gotta say big ups to the Green Bay Packers.
No doubt.
They did their thing. It was a really good it was a very good sports battle. And sometimes that's kind of rare when you get to the championships. I think the past years have either been like kind of boring, or somebody just gets blown out so immediately you just kind of start flipping back and forth because there's no way the other team's going to catch up. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Green Bay Packers, for all of my NFL football fans, they went in and did a really good job. But at the end of the day, the Packers won, the green and yellow Cats and all that good stuff. So big ups to them. The Super Bowl halftime, I wasn't personally a big fan of it, but that's just me. That does not mean I hate the Black Eyed Peas. Everybody can do them, as people know me. I'm into everybody doing their form of artistic expression and getting that dough. But quite frankly, that was just not a good show. As far as I'm concerned, staging was dope. The extras were dope. And granted, part of it wasn't their fault because the sound was really faulty. But then also, you know, it took damn near 3/4 of the show for them to get in stride. And to me, that just didn't look good. And it was funny because I'm on Twitter, you know, I'm just going back and forth with some people on the game and the commercials and stuff like that. And people are like, man, why are you hating on will.i.am and all? I'm like, I'm not hating on nobody. I've seen other shows these people done on TV and stuff before. It's just not that good. Secondly, having an opinion isn't hating. This is like the most stupid thing that has come from this new age hip hop generation, where if you disagree with anybody, it's hatred. No, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not supposed to like everything. You know what I'm saying? As an individual, much less as a DJ and everything else, I respect everybody for making their money and doing their hustle and putting their energies in other stuff. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. I can respect you for doing your thing, but I don't gotta like it. And seeing the various music industry people just totally kissing backside during that time, it's like, come on, did he kiss you first? I mean, I don't know, whatever.
It's all the organic, no robotics. And also, I'd like to say rest in peace to composer John Hammond.
No doubt.
The composer of most of the James Bond movies. Not all of them, but the majority of them. Mm-hmm. And assorted, you know, movies from the 60s till recently. And I probably will always continue to play some stuff by John Barry.
No doubt. He definitely made a big impact in the movie scene. So I know, he will definitely be missed. I appreciate you bringing that up. I had that on my list of things to go through. What else? Oh, in a kind of a surprise here in the United States, the House failed to pass some of the PATRIOT Act extensions, including some of the Tea Party people. It was a 277 to 148 margin. Didn't get the 2/3 majority. And on certain levels, that's kind of interesting because, in my opinion, some of the people who say they ascribe to the Tea Party was essentially just another radicalized side, I think, of the Republicans. For some of those cats to be like, nah, we're not too beat for this roving wiretap nonsense and searching library, banking, and medical records if we feel that they're a suspect. That's kind of interesting.
It's definitely good when you got white folk with money and white people in government who feel that that's bad and that those things aren't good. That's a good thing, and we, black media in general, but particularly this black media outlet, definitely not opposed to white people who are like that. White people like that and their families. If they feel like that, then they have somebody who maybe across the aisle from them who has agreement with them.
No doubt. I mean, that was kind of a major thing that unless you were on the web or searching stuff, you really didn't see too much, at least on the mainstream media outlets here. Which I thought was interesting. I had to go into more of the political sites and, people, I'm a Twitter person, so I found out the news that way first. So I thought that was an interesting little bit of news. Also, let me see here. What else do we have? More updates in terms of what's going down. Excuse me. In Egypt. It's getting nuts over there. And I think, unfortunately, in my viewpoint, it's going to get nasty. Just for the sake of that particular leader, Hosni Mubarak, has been there for over 30 years in an autocratic situation. Other countries let that go, which I think is getting kind of slept on right now with all the news that's happening in terms of the Egyptian people trying to overthrow him and get to full democratic situation. The U.S. let that go. Israel let that go. The European Union for a long time let that go. So when we see how some of this stuff develops, we got to remember that somebody's benefiting from him being there.
No doubt.
Or at the very least, they're used to him being there. So it's almost like that catch-22 where it's like we might not be feeling this dude on certain level, but we know how to work with him. In particular, because Egypt for quite some time has had the Suez Canal as a trading route.
No doubt.
And right now, in particular, that's another big trading route for oil and a whole bunch of other business.
Well, they definitely don't want it to go back to the days of General Nasser, who took up arms with the French, the British, and the Israelis, and for just having more, I guess, Afro-Islamic control of that area. And Mubarak is definitely the person who was more hand-picked to be the antithesis, the opposite of that other dude. But the thing is, despite all the fact that they were maybe doing things against the imperial colonial forces of the British, Israeli, and French, which are basically all one, they for the most part don't like American black people. Not all of them, but for the most part they don't. So it's weird. American black people have a kind of, I don't think they should be against them at all, because that'll be used with any kind of anger, resentment, or opposition will be used by outside forces to work against. But despite all that, African Americans are still not necessarily liked by these people who are going through oppression in other places. And I just want to point that out. So there is some type of similarities going on, but that doesn't mean that there's unity and a oneness, because people are going through certain similar struggles.
Well, you know, that's understandable, and I think that's always happened with various liberation type of deals. I look at the Egyptian situation, just as a quick summation before I get into another story or two before we get into the show. I look at it in terms of the influence it could have on people in general. I think that was what scares people.
No doubt.
You had a mixture.
I would agree on that.
You know, you have a mixture of literally teaching plus technology plus taking it to the streets. One way or the other, it's going to make change, whether homeboy leaves or not. Could that show the generation and a whole bunch of other people just, you know, when they just really pissed off, can, you know, make some noise and make stuff happen. And I think particularly here in the States, and if we had to look at the Black American situation, they don't want people getting nowhere near that. You know what I'm saying? They barely want people marching. So that's just one of those things I look at. Like, if it ends up being successful for the Egyptian people, in other words, homeboy gets overthrown and there's actual real democracy led by the people, then aren't y'all helping out this country? We can even look at Haiti right around the corner here in the Americas. Why aren't y'all allowing them to do a straight up, you know, democratic process? You know what I mean? So it's one of those type of things. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. And for all the people who are fighting over there for their struggle, I hope the best. And I will put it in that regard. Let's see here. Oh, did you hear about this dude in New York, this Republican representative dude, Judah?
What happened?
This guy who represents Western New York State, Christoper Lee, he got caught out there on Craigslist trying to get some extra on the side while he was married, and he ended up resigning.
Through the internet. I don't know what people think that they can do things through the internet, and people aren't observing that. Stuff like that, and you being in government, and you know, everybody, you know, playing tricks being in government. So it's like, I'm surprised.
Man, I mean, the story just kills me because I'm like, well, like you said, for one, it's like, yo, the net, it's not like this is a new thing. And it's not like nobody's never got caught doing anything stupid who's been in public office or in the public eye. This dude, for one thing, is like, well, apparently you were in a marriage where you supposedly weren't supposed to be doing all that mess in the first place. So you gotta deal with your wife. Secondly, as a public figure who's supposedly one of these big fat family values guys, which apparently is just the hook that gets a lot of these people, maybe it's a higher power sense of humor, like, y'all shut up, y'all are hypocrites, I'm gonna get you caught out there. This dude used an email address that the lady who he ended up sending a picture to was like, well, I'm gonna do some research on this dude just because, you know, we have the internet, you can Google anything now. And it ends up pulling up his Facebook profile that shows he's in the government. She ends up sending the tip over to Gawker.com, and you know, they didn't get busy or do anything like that. But I'm like, apparently you've been doing some more dirt because you're gonna immediately resign after that. You know, I had a little picture of him like all shirtless, like, you know, I guess trying to do that old dude sexy thing or whatever. And I don't know, man. I personally don't get it. Like, you know, you can't make up a new email address if that's your steez. To not get caught if you want to do that. It don't take that much web savvy for people to find out what's what. So, you know, you were just a moron, dude. I'm sorry, I got no sympathy or anything on that level. And there's gonna probably be more people who come out and talk some yang, but that's his fault. You know, I got no love for that type of stuff, man. It's like, haven't y'all seen what happened with Kwame Kilpatrick when that fool used government cell phone to text his side piece, and then got caught out there on a perjury charge because he lied about it when it was traceable to the phones that the government gave him to use. You can even go to Family Dollar and get a track phone. Dude, what's the matter with you?
What people gotta realize is that they gotta go back to the days before all this technology came back around. Those cell phones. The people became rich before cell phones and internet came around. Fortunes were made before that. So in on cell phones, internet, or anything to have all the information, or like if you're one of the type of people that have your stuff in a computer and don't have it on some type of, I guess, hard drive somewhere, on some type of disk or some type of something tangible, like a disk or whatever, so when the computer goes down. I met a couple of people after the computer went down, they lost everything. Mm-hmm. That's the mentality that they want people to have. So it's like you just kind of rely on that as opposed to the way people had always been doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why, like, I'm be playing stuff. I played stuff last week. It's like old stuff that me and my brothers have recorded back when we were kids. Mm-hmm. You know, because it's on something hard, I can put it on the CD and then whatever, as opposed to all of it being in the computer. So when it falls, and all that stuff is gone. Mm-hmm. I'm saying, so individuals definitely can't rely on that, and you know, like even like individuals in organized crime who get busted for certain things. It's a new world now, and a lot of the stuff that individuals do in the underworld period, with this type of surveillance and through the internet and through surveillance through cables, surveillance through cell phones, listening stations, that, you know, it's kind of hard to do things in a leisurely way without necessarily having to worry about search and seizures and just invasion of privacy in certain ways, you know. But I mean, you know, that this goes for people who aren't into criminal activities, let alone people who maybe are. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a new world in that way.
No doubt, no doubt. That was just one of those stories I just had to bring up because it was so absurd on multiple levels. But it's just one of those things where it's like people are going to get you on there for what you reveal. Mm-hmm. If you put all your business out on Front Street, guess what? You're going to have a problem. And apparently, if you're not going to be a sharp liar, a person who can hide stuff like ex-representative now, Lee, and, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to give anybody advice on cheating or doing dirt, but I would think you want to be a little brighter than Homeboy. So, in general, you know, so whatever. But anyway, man, FuseBox Radio Broadcast, DJ Fusion, John Judah. We got an interview of the ill, wise, intelligent on this week's show. A segment of his music from back in the day to the present, as well as Free Press's Media Minute segment, and of course, my brother, the illustrious John Judah's ill mixed down. So we about to get into it and have a good time, rock it out, and all that good stuff. 21st Century Black Radio for the masses. This is the FuseBox Radio. All right.
FuseBox Radio, of course, rocking out, please.
You're now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion.
Time to get funky and radical hip as I get to the point. Rock this funky joint. Wait a sec, the teacher's got to check the intellect, but I'm a step in, didn't give you it, but give you what? The B, the or, the T, I often come to taste it tough, but must not be just enough to manifest the fabric, mathematics, black be that a Asiatic, rock the doing, subtract the static, then that you're rocking to my concept. Now I got to stand for this why civilized it, hip hop rhyme from a black mind, to kicking it to you all the time. Islam, you like a more a peace sign, represents my way of life and this be that of Islam. I'll take my time, think before I manifest the rhyme, sharp and accurate to stop the music on a dime. Knowledge me acapella, wisdom G, I'm manifesting, understanding, understood, so there's no need for I keep you guessing. Follow me now, see I'll be rocking. The second hand is ticking, still the posse don't be clocking. Controllers of the clock be ticking closer to the point. Rock this funky joint, joint. Backing me easy now, star. You know exactly who we are. We're righteous teachers, try BPRT for short. Now don't want more. Or am I too much for the mentor? Proceed, teacher, please. Just keep it sorta simple like hip hop. Yeah, complicatedly I place it according to the moods of my intellect. Step for step, I step a little closer to the point. Rock this funky joint. But I'm your teacher. teach ya, rocker when I rock ya. The king I quote means a different style of hip hop. Smooth like a wise word, spoken from a prophet. Rough like a slave trying to get away. See, I'm combined with two kinds of rhyme trying to reach ya. The knowledge of myself makes me a poor righteous teacher. Stop to flip the topic, Islamically I drop it. My duty be to teach, so keep your pistol in your pocket. I self, Lord and master, traveling faster as I get closer to the point.
Rock this funky joint, joint.
Funky. Yeah, I'm on top of it. I have to get the styles that you be seeking and the words that I be speaking. Poor righteous teachers, posse teaching. Anyone that lacks this style that I be styling, mentally profiling. Should I say I'm smooth with the roughness, just serving justice. Suckers try to suck this, but I be scoping. Never, I'm not sleeping
because it's culture freedom. G,
who's posse ruling?
PRT.
Word B. It's sorta simple, see? Now look at me, the holy intellectual type. When I write, the spirit always keep me something hype. I put the mic, yo, cause it's my whole life, like I'm creating. Man, I be stating. Can I say I'm great when there's not another brother greater? Turn the culture freedom for support. G, manifest the point.
Rock this funky joint,
Funky. Losers never rock this. Snakes try to stop this. Purified and holy hip hopness. Listen to the concept. Sweat technique. Peace be the Lord. I feel the sword when I speak. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
A universal greeting from the people of our kind. Step into the realm of my cipher. Feel the different type of stepping technique. 1200s mastered by divine. He's asking me to rock. So now I'm giving him the spot. Intelligence be ticking, somewhat symbolic to a bomb. Many brothers rolling fell a victim. I'm not living with them because they didn't know the time. Turn the culture freedom for support. G, manifest the point.
Rock this funky joint.
Yo, check it out. This is OC. Checking out DJ Fusion on the FuseBox.
Those who can't be themselves shall be destroyed.
Students, listen to the lesson I'll be teaching. Learn by holy intellect, cause it's a blessing. Teachers, study what is spoken through the speaker. Weaker, preachers, there's no need for manifesting. I'm the star, soul controlling all within the solar. Poor, so I'm a righteous teacher from the heart. Praise your God, all praises due to Allah. 7 Psalm, the holy intellect being taught. Grab a hold, I'm not here to promise any gold. Lessons told, a story about a trader of that type. I tell this mic that I'm not here to feed your fantasy, cause that ain't right. I guarantee you everlasting life mentally. The holy intellect is infinite, it has been since. And I don't work upon the holy soul, I'll destroy you. Any man possesses 6.5, I'll after that. Then watch his brain cells burn your PRT. But righteous teachers, culture free and me, it's got to be the holy intellectuals of this set. But don't forget, we also drop a naked booty bust, but now we test this holy intellect. My temple, where might I stand within divine land? God stepping up to me, say, G, you have to understand. You got to do this like a black man. So I take this into consider. Call upon the intellect to create what I did. Ghetto, stay strictly ghetto is my motto. I got 'em trying to place me as a role model. Should one say role model, or should the term be example of a wise black leader, speaker? Some will say poor righteous teacher, weaker. People don't always agree. Check what I may manifest next. Poorly righteous teachers dropping holy intellect, giving you the best of what I'm a protest. Divine is my projects, hell yes. Listen to the hypeness, no other style is like this. Say you can stop the righteous will manifest. Punk, you haven't did it yet. Your posse ought to step. You're meant to stimulate it from this holy intellect. Supremely being sacred to me.
That's gotta be.
That wonderful posse PRT.
That's smoking these.
Cause that ain't where we wanna be. Intellect, the wisest manifestation of a thought. PRT, poor righteous teachers teaching from the heart. I was lost, but now I found and all I'm being taught. Calm down, in other words, don't let me start. Cause I'm the teacher, teaching those that lack what I be teaching. For those speaking, poor righteous teachers never know till weekend I be reaching. Those within the ghetto because they're seeking wiser leaders. Not being a poison animal, eat a needle, peace I greet ya. Those who knowledge suffer, those without. Check me out, those native thoughts are soon to fade away. Cause I don't play, I think the life of snakes that will expand as of today. You it remains this way. PRT, where righteous teachers giving what you get, bit for bit. Not from a $6 rhyme kit. Sit as I proceed to give you it. It's legit from this holy intellect. PRT is holy as the mind. Check, what must one do to come next? Let's show holy intellect. Thoughts creeping from the crescent of the brain cells fell deep into this mic that I be holding. I told them PRTV's always so controlling. They laugh, but listen to the lessons I'll be blowing. I'm the teacher, or am I once subjected to the negative? Nope, it's amazing how my thoughts can be wrote to perform.
What, may I ask what's going on?
What is born? The wise is making knowledge born. Now I say yes. Well, someone say Y equals to himself, Y equals self. I'm born to be the opposite of north, about to flow. For righteous teachers know that we be pro, we gotta go. Peace, but we'll be back though.
Yo, check this out. This is Chuck the Public Enemy. You're now listening to FuseBox Radio with DJ Fusion. Harder than you think.
Love it is a love black thing. Correct stitch me out the coffee, mash it up regularly. It is. You know, black business. We love. Microphone in the zone of the sea of power, her and him and all you pussy cuts are just single or double or triple the tracks. Oh, I be yarding PRTP, I say got this black business. Wrong sip the juice because I come to fill your cups again. When a man was a youth, the house, the truck, the top of can. People pick up person like your teacher to go 10. It's roots rock reggae, still some don't understand us. PRTP, I say got this thing going on, and God's taking form. What is flesh, what is born, man? All of a sudden, every jumping rap is hot and starting something. Culture keep the buffering coming, cause I'm curing sickness. Get your people project life, I'd like to say was all that, but the teacher's not for frontin'. We're dying in these shacks. They don't care. I swear that I go kill them. Slavery made them rich, then they ditched us in projects. Look at this godliness. Who is that? What is this? Wise intelligence, and I got the black business.
Black.
Of a god, and besides that I'm broad and yard and some other stuff. Logical I'ma go though because I'ma go hot-spawn and intercon. Teacher teach the facts while the rest of your brothers bluff. Where do blacks with crazy cash and knowledge that they self-live at? Teacher hadn't seen none, many sold their souls for cash. All of you Allah, hamdulillah, you better know something rough and ready. Pooperanga tell them, listen here, they wise ghetto people pun line, savage riding mine, cause I'm civilizing them. None can test people, they get lies concerning the 5%. Come see wise intelligent, ironing out the book. They show cruising blunt skins or stunts, no matter whatever you call them. Punk your front, word them up, God is more demanding. Planning time and patience, finding time and space to execute. Living mathematics, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Look at this godliness, who is that? Who is this? Wise intelligence, and I got this black business.
Black. With the wise, got the black. With a feeling to punish the black.
immaculate conceptions. It's God in the flesh again, just in case you never know. Here this business gets size larger than max amount of pasta friends. Once again, here we go. After pasta talking about style and fashion and teacher test, drunken test, wise intelligent. Ever since I left, I take a breath of pirate Pamela. He say culture free, father shot, I go to Adam. Who's a pirate bag on back? Insect collecting props, give me my jack back. That's not your flavor. I barely, I'ma be generally drifting down the stream and you're scheming, retrieving residue from styles I drop. Got to get your gift and gaff it, gas it like a jewel and schooling it, fooling. Prove you can run the dance. Bet your bottom dollar, none can test punk or rubber lamb. Wise, intelligent, and I'm used to snatching up the food stamps. Look at this godliness. Who is that? What is this? Wise, intelligent, and I got that black business. Black
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
The wickedest combination in the world. No doubt, for righteous teachers, refugees, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Walk around in the record industry. I'm looking at all the Pharisees, asking me where I'm going. All I know is one day that Babylon will be falling. They welcome me into Jerusalem. Later singing Tyler crucify him. I got my 45 by my side, just in case another me someone's gonna die. Hope, so hope, I leave the boat for the boat. Smoke mad weed, but not touch belly cold. Primary purpose of this text is to present techniques and guided practice. The chords rocks us to forfeit. MCs who's focused, white cleft to accomplish, throwing clothes in the hell pit. Vocabulary comprehension, study reading and critical analyzing. Techniques to enable DJs to interact with my material. Play it on your turntable, scratch it if you're able. Characteristics, circumstances will determine how long you live. Mr. Actor, Mrs. Actress. Ayaku snatch gats from kids with pack back who lack raps. And act to get quick down. Easy.
Like people say, I represent when I get my chance. But when I'm ripping to this beat, yo, it's my Nubian dance that I be doing. Around these suckers' titles that I've ruined. Although you do not like the flow, you should not have been booing. Now, you and your crewin' better get your act together before I have to cut the food, release the stormy weather. Whatever you say, but fucking pop that shit my way, and you'll be screaming mercy me like if your name was Marvin Gaye. Now, put it away and stay the fuck up out my face. I smack you in your mouth, homeboy, and you'll be missing taste. What a waste to everything existing up to now. So many claiming butter, but just don't be knowing how. Gunshot forward, and look what it means real well. So my selector, reload your come with the rhythm, For sure, I'm Lord to be the poor, righteous, conscious. You might just feel thrusts when I touch like Midas. My tongue is gigantic, lyrics are tremendous. While Clef and Props play the pitch, while Elbow D blows like Gladys. Catch the midnight train to Georgia as my tongue does a drop kick like Sergeant Slaughter. New World Order, you lions who trying to roar, I silence your lamb like Jodie Foster. There's no need to feel sentimental. Parental guidance is advised for those who despise the wise and intelligent. Refugees, immigrants. My selector, culture freedom, the wickedest bass and drum. May I kick a little something for the G-O-D's in the J-E-O-S-E? Why? Because you singing on me, I did not. Gone, ya did. 16-5-1-3-5 coincide. Streetwise, time you recognize who run up in the 9. Rough like walnut, raw cuts in your guts. Trails from Roselle, oh hell, we rock bells. Live and Stuyvesant, wise in them, rise again. The gods AVG, the Bombaji. No man, no trouble not to dread something. Don't make my eye for kicking on your goddamn chin. I'll flat you in your head with buckle of Anakin. Line, Miss Eyes talking.
Okay. My intellect will protect what you threaten. Captain to lieutenant, even take cadets in. I take them all, risen to the power 4. Don't fear no other force, I'm redefining your hardcore. The folklore you spread down over tracks. Got you gassed on some ish, may I suggest X-Lax, relax. Your whole perception seems to be distorted. In my dimensions, fake refugees get deported. Jokers be like biting each other's style, so much it's eerie. So many deja vus, but can't no other crews come near we. It's weary, but brothers couldn't hold this if they grasped it. Confessing lessons to Jesus or even tried to master it. I passed it, all the levels of your mere mathematics. I'm on some astrophysics, quantum leaping on your tactics. Triple bypasses, your crew slow like molasses, while I amass cream like Jackie Kennedy Onassis. Refugee PRT Connect, yeah. New Jersey, this is how we do it.
If hip-hop was a thing that money could not buy, the right would never live and the right would never die. Poor righteous teachers and refugees come to justify. We were sexist style.
Hey yo, right now it's the legendary DJ Marley Marl. You on the FuseBox, you know how we get down.
Hey yo, what we gonna do right here is let this beat rock for about 4 to 8 measures. Give you a moment to get into this one. I need y'all to feel where the fuck I'm coming from. That mean, that depends greatly on the music. Being me don't pay me but a little change, little fame, black president, little change, little came out of that. How do black you do it? You're the beat, put your pain to it, fire came through it. I'm so refined, I know the rhyme, wicked every time. Christ crucified, same hood, so it's all good. I'm good, like my mama used to say. When my papa been away, every time I think about it, I don't think about it. Lose little sleep, count little sheep, lose them to the street. So we seek and redeem them, bring them to the kingdom. Not a hater, tell a paper chaser, money don't matter. And for that they tell me I'm a fool. Dropped out of school, cop out of cool, ounce let it move, bounce gotta move. Out mama house, young and acting out. Trauma and depression, symptoms of oppression. Blessings never counted, I was never blessed. Money was the problem, I forever stressed. I guess I was just destined to be little more than a nigga. Leave aside the trigger happy again. Symptoms of the struggle, casualties of war. Blessed be the poor, service of the rich. Learning how to pitch. Just because I don't be on the corner pushing poison doesn't mean I wasn't. Little cousin, listen, this is what you're missing. Every single prison getting government permission to make a business out of locking you, make a living off of stopping you for driving while black or less, racial profiling more or less. You're subject to the run of Roman persecution. This is something close to execution for the lucrative semi-automatic shooters. Bust guns for the blood ones till the blood runs in the street. So I speak scriptures over beats, weak wickedness each week. We get deep into it, make a little money. Now the ladies love me, sweets for my sweet, sugar for my honey, filling them the ish. Too legit to quit, can't touch this. Plus I pack a hammer and I got a whip. A cherry manny sipper, holler at her sister. She know what it is, I know what it ain't. In pursuit of power, offer me her flower, turn her to a harlot, user and abuser. Something in me wouldn't let me do it to her. Guess I'm growing up, still I got pride. If she ain't a bride, shout it can't ride. I no longer do the things I used to do when I was a child. Mama made a man, now I understand.
Alright everybody, 1 2 1 2, what's going on? You're now in tune to another session of the syndicated worldwide FuseBox Radio Broadcast with DJ Fusion and John Judah since 1998. Whether it's on your FM dial, internet radio station, podcast, or website, we're here bringing you a slice of what we call 21st century black radio, a mix of old and new school music from what we call the black diaspora from all over the world, hip-hop, soul, funk, jazz, reggae, etc., as well as news, commentary, and interview. No payola-based stuff going on over here, all independent-minded, and of course the grooves are just continue on and on and on as well, and are of high quality. We hope y'all listeners, old or new, feel that way. And as people know with our interviews, we keep it live, we keep it fresh, we don't bring in junk people or mentalities on here. We, keep it diverse and, try to keep it lively. People we bring on here, we want to have spark minds, and you're not hearing necessarily the same old thing that you hear in other people's interviews. We got a special guest on the airwaves here. We haven't had him on the FuseBox Radio in a minute, representing Trenton, New Jersey, you know what I mean? One of not just New Jersey's finest hip-hop MCs, but definitely one of the MCs who made it live and fresh throughout the numerous hip-hop eras and still is doing it on the independent end, because again, we give props to the independents, not just because you're doing it alone, but you're doing it and keeping your creative integrity and stuff intact. Y'all might know him as the talented Timothy Taylor. You may know him as one of the poor righteous teachers. And now I think we got the UnConkable Djezuz Jonez, who's resurrected and has come to the masses. We have the man, the businessman, the activist, the hip-hop MC, all of that good stuff. Mr. Wise Intelligent. What's going on there, brother? How you doing?
Peace. I'm good. How y'all?
Good.
It's been a minute, you know what I mean?
Nah. I'm glad you're still doing it, bro. I'm glad you still got it in you, man. That's a beautiful thing. Lets me know it's real.
Yeah, I'm walking down the hill, you know what I mean? I ain't in a rush.
I dig that. Definitely glad to have you on board. But yeah, it has been a minute. It's been since the Blessed Be the Poor period that we had you on board.
Absolutely. I mean, that was a good interview. I mean, that thing went a long way. You see how I used it on the disc.
Oh, no doubt. And, definitely appreciate, I see the promo and everything, too. I know I had some head probably like, what the hell is a FuseBox Radio? Why Intelligent gave the real cosign, not the corny cosign some of these people do. So, that definitely has gone a long way. I mean, I have people even now who are like, oh, y'all, those folks are on that thing. I was like, damn, all right. Works for me. Ain't mad at that at all in any way, shape, or form. And, now we got you back here. I've seen you at various shows through the years and all that stuff. And now we have the brand new release we definitely got to get into, as well as a lot of the work you've been doing on the nonprofit ends and stuff like that. That's been really awesome. But I guess let's go really quickly back to the beginning for those who may not be familiar with your impact in hip-hop and style and all of that good stuff. As we said before, you represent Trenton, New Jersey. How did you get into hip-hop in general in the first place?
I think that with hip-hop, with most of us, coming from where we come from, hip-hop it's black music. It's a continuation of black music for me. So as far as getting into it, I think that it was already in us, and it was it was brought out of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As opposed to us getting into it.
Yeah.
I think but it started for me, on the local scene, of course, in Trenton, New Jersey. There was a lot of local MCs that really made me. That really, brought the hip hop out of me.
No doubt.
It was, the Ammunition Posse, the Diamond D's, the Trey Hates. It was those dudes. It was Omar Superstar. The brothers like that around my way who would lighten up all the block parties, everywhere. So these were the brothers that really, brought hip hop out of me. It made me want to, do what I do. But as an urban youth, and being a part of, black culture and being entrenched in black culture, something that we could relate to on GP. You know what I mean? It's like we have a music form that expresses our point of view. So hip hop for me was our perspective. It was our perspective on any given situation. Our interpretation of life, love, and just day-to-day struggle, toil, success, failure, everything. It encompassed everything from a perspective that we could relate to it. So it was already in us. It was already in us.
All right, no doubt. And to do the real super quick summation, because people can do their research on this, since the Holy Intellect album with Poor Righteous Teachers in 1990 onward, you've been very consistent in doing your thing. And while I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the term quote-unquote conscious hip-hop, you've just really been getting it in general, being on bangers, guesting with a lot of people, touring all over the world, and stuff like that. Now, I'm curious about, for one thing, the new moniker for this album, which is also the album title, as well as what happened to Timothy Taylor before he became the UnConkable Djezuz Jonez. I love that UnConkable, yo. That just kills me right now.
Timothy Taylor, Timothy Taylor is still with us. You know what I mean? It's just that everyone has their own time and space. There's a time and space for Timothy Taylor. There's the time and space for Djezuz Jonez. Talented Timothy Taylor had to get some things off his chest. You know what I mean?
All right.
And so we got those things out in the clear. You know, Timothy Taylor was more like, you know, the wise intelligence that nobody yet really knew from the Poor Righteous Teachers records. You know what I mean? Poor Righteous Teachers records, you know, Poor Righteous Teachers were more group-oriented. We were very group-oriented, and our perspective was more so about the lessons and teaching to the point where, you know, we never really gave you an interview of what it was like for us coming up. So a lot of people thought we were just some dudes who went to college or something, or some dudes who had never, you know, dealt with any toil, struggle, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, you know what I mean? Don't get it bent up. You know, we from this place, you know what I mean? We from this place. We're black men in America. You know what I mean? Like Tupac said, you know, we black men trying to live in a white man's world. You know what I mean? So, we were there. We've been through that struggle. So Timothy Taylor kind of, you know, I wanted to flash back. It was like one of those flashback type movies, you know, where, you know, I take you back and I say, yo, this is what life was like with me growing up with my mother and my siblings. You know, this is what it was like, my relationships with my contemporaries growing up, you know, my close contemporaries. You know, like on the song Go With Me and everything, you know, it was like, you know, these were my dudes. You know, I watched the progression from heads smoking marijuana in a bamboo paper and easy wider to the introduction of the Foolies and the blood wrap to heads lacing, putting crack in the weed and cocaine in their weed and PCP and so on and so forth. I saw heads go through these different changes and phases. You know, I was right there, you know what I mean? I was right there, you know, Timothy Taylor wanted to get that off. You know, I lived in the homeless shelters, I did all of those things, you know, I am hip-hop, I am black music, I'm black culture, you know, and for me, hip-hop is an interpretation of our struggle. So Tim Taylor was about that, you know, it was about the personal side of who I am. You know, and Djezuz Jonez is the superhero. You know, Djezuz Jonez is like, you know, Djezuz Jonez is the superhero. He's that guy that's forever living and can offer everlasting life. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, he has a very acute awareness of the environment in which he's embedded. He has transcended it, so to speak. You know what I mean? So he's where heaven is. Believes in miracles. He can walk on water. He can turn water to wine. He's that guy. You know? Okay,
see, he's on his Jesus plus Sun Ra thing going on. Basically,
you know, right, the Amen Ra among them. As opposed to somebody who's composed redemption songs, I sung them. That's Djezuz Jonez. You know.
All right, no doubt. Yeah, I'm about to say, with the cover, you know, we see that Djezuz Jonez too is kind of built. He's like, you know, don't play. I might have to give you a 2-piece. If I have to.
I'm really a skinny dude, you know what I mean? when you're not that big, you know what I mean? You look like you got some cuts, you know what I mean? I'm a skinny dude, you know what I mean? I don't wear a lot, you know what I mean? I don't wear a lot. I'm a little dude, you know, I jog, you know what I mean? I jog just to, you know, stay in shape. But I don't do no weightlifting. I don't do no weights. I do some push-ups every now and then. But, you know, I ain't no health nut. I ain't no dude that's running around, you know, lifting weights all day long, picking things up and putting them down. I don't pick things up and put them down, but, you know, I try to stay in shape. You know, I jog a lot. Like I said, I'm an endurance type dude.
All right, no doubt. Because, you know, with that stance, you know, Djezuz Jonez like, I'm peaceful. You can come up to me, but if you want to bring it, you know I'm just saying.
You know, yeah, absolutely though. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I ain't a coward. You know what I mean? I'm not a coward. You know, and I'm not saying do good things, and I'm not saying be positive and righteous and conscious, for lack of a better term. You know, because I don't have the propensity to do something other than. I mean, I'm not saying that. You know, I'm not saying, you know, don't think for a minute that, you know, I'm advocating against, you know, drug selling or gang banging because I don't have the propensity to be that way. Because I do. You know what I mean? I do. I mean, it's where I come from and it's what I've seen. So, you know, I've been, like I said, I've been there. I've been in the youth homes. You know what I mean? I've been in the youth homes. I've been incarcerated. I've been harassed by the police. I've been punched on by the police. I've been in that zone, and I still am. I'm not out of that zone, meaning that as a black man in America, you know, you could be Oscar Grant, not doing anything, minding your business, and end up with a bullet in your back.
No doubt.
So, that's just what it is, you know. So yeah, I mean, think twice before stepping to my face. By God's grace, I beg them, behead him for the blasphemy. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I'm not void of struggle and conflict. You know what I mean? So you know, I try to stay in shape, man. I try to stay in shape. You know, I'm not an anti-gun law dude. I'm not a, you know, make gun laws and all of that. I'm not against owning a firearm. I'm not. You know what I mean? It's just that, you know, it's just where we are. You know what I mean? It's where we are. And I feel like a man in America with children and a wife and or wives or whatever it is that he has, you know, to protect. I think that he should do all in his power to protect them. And he should keep himself in a condition to protect and serve them. That's just that.
I agree.
All right, no doubt. And with all of these pretty intense subjects and terms we got, I mean, just looking at the title list on this, you know, you're not just coming into, you know, some BET, you know, audio icoonery or anything in any way, shape, or form with this album. Even if somebody never heard of Wise Intelligent, you're not walking them to an album that pretty much talks about, hey, I got titles called Water Walker, Illuminati, Intelligent Design. One title I can't say because we're FCC friendly and all that good stuff. You know, the I'll Die For You, the Roman Cross, and a whole bunch of other joints, you know, and of course Zion. We see that, you know, you're going in on this theme, and I'm, you know, I've like scanned some of the joints on iTunes, and album definitely bangs. One of the things I like to ask is, who are some of the heads you worked with on the soundscapes on this album?
On the what? On the production?
On the production, yeah, the beats and stuff.
On the production, you know, there's a few heads on there. Of course, Masada, you know, Masada from the home base representing Trenton, New Jersey. He did the lion's share of the tracks on the joint. He did So Jesus, he did Crown of Thorns, he did Water Walker. You know, he did quite a few joints. And then I also used Big Scott from 7XL Productions out of Chicago. You know, they crew, him and D-Well. So they did Mark of the Beast, they did Underground Spiritual Game, they did What Would Jesus Do? You know, they did quite a few tracks on there as well. You know, and then of course, you know, my man PJ, you know, he has one track on there. He's the kid that did Another Chance at Life and Genocide on the Tim Taylor record. So, you know, they went in. I mean, they went in. They knew what the theme was, you know, and they crafted production around the theme, you know. And I thought that was real clever of them, the way they got it off, because they definitely created the nice landscape and backdrop for my perspective on this record.
All right, no doubt. And with this record, and I guess just with the hip-hop world in general, one thing that I've personally been noticing, as a matter of fact, I've been ranting with John Judah about this for about a good hour earlier today, is that diversity in hip-hop is not promoted anymore. It's a big follow the leader type of situation. Much less if you, even if it's just on a production or beat, and much less if you go on a different type of content in. And with your album, you're going in on some pretty intense content. Still can jam to it, still can have a good time, but some, you know, pretty, you know, deep business, especially compared to a lot of the surface stuff that's out right now. Now, there's a lot of saying that, you know, hip hop is that people are still wearing down that Nas marketing tactic / title to the ground, and in particular that nobody wants to hear what one would say is message hip hop or conscious hip hop right now, no matter how hot it sounds. How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, I mean, that's the state of America. You know, that's the state of America, and I don't think that it's a matter of nobody wanting to hear it. You know, I think that it's been marketed against, you know, and that's intentional. You know, they say conscious rap don't sell, or conscious rap, you know, people don't want to hear conscious rap because and major labels don't sign it because it don't sell, and radio stations don't play it because nobody wants to hear it. You know, I think that's blasphemous you know, we have a historical record to prove it. You know, if we look at the landscape of hip hop, you know, we can go back to Public Enemy. Public Enemy put out records. They sold platinum records. They were world renowned for selling platinum records. Black kids and white kids alike loved them. Asian kids, everybody loved Public Enemy. They put the records out and people bought them and embraced Public Enemy. You know, the conscious movement. You know, you had Tribe Called Quest, the Native Tongues. Part of the Native Tongues movement, everything, they put their records out. They didn't put out an album that didn't go platinum. You know, every record they put out sold 1 million copies. So it wasn't like conscious rap can't sell. We've never been in a place where conscious rap can't sell. So, alright, so we can go down, like, we can keep going. Arrested Development, 4 million records. You know what I mean? We can come all the way up to 1996 with the Fugees, you know, and Fugees sold 17 million records, some 19 million records, and Lauryn Hill came right after that and sold 17 million records. So, you know, it's not no gangster rapper in the history of hip hop has ever sold more records than them on a single album. So, it's not about conscious rap not selling. You know, it's about conscious rap consisting of imagery and messages that can create the same environment that has been created in Egypt right now. You know, they don't want that here. We have proof of it. They study us. You know, there was the Color Commission report on urban disorder in 1967. They were studying the riots of 1965 and to 67. The long hot summer, they called it. It was just riots, consistent riots from Watts to Chicago to New Jersey. You know, it was just riots all over. And they studied these riots and they studied the demographic that were responsible. It was the hip hop generation, even though hip hop wasn't even a genre yet, you know, but it was the hip hop generation from 16 to 24, you know, largely high school dropouts who had a higher mean IQ than their counterparts who stayed in school, you know, who had a disdain for the system, you know, and when they felt like they were being oppressed to the point, to an unbearable point, they attacked the system. But we had prompters at the time, you know, we had prompters that would lead us to act appropriately under situations of oppression, you know, which was the music we were listening to. You know, you were like listening to People Are You Ready, Curtis Mayfield. We were listening to Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. We were listening to Nina Simone, Mississippi Goddamn. These were the records that were playing at the time. You know, and what did they do? They said, okay, after the riots, after those records led us to the sentiment that caused us, embedded in us the sentiment that caused us to riot. They said, yo, we got to change this. We can't have these riots. So they studied their environment, saw what it was that was building the self-esteem and racial pride of the black youth of that time. And they said, we have to shift this. It's the music. It's what they're watching. You know, think about it. Spook Who's Out by the Door and all of those films were out at the time. They shift the paradigm and they started putting out exploitation movies. That's when we got Nigga Charlie and the Return of Nigga Charlie. These were movies. I mean, those were movies that they put out to kind of lure you to sleep. And we saw it again. We see it again. We fast forward to 1992. See the same thing happening. Rodney King, the rise of Rodney King. What were we listening to? We listened to Public Enemy. We listened to Brand Nubian. We listened to Poor Righteous Teachers. This is what we were listening to. We listened to X-Class. So when that happened, you know, when it popped off. You know what I mean? And the same thing that happened in 1967, 65 happened in 1992. We were like, yo, enough is enough. One people can't take this so much. So we rebelled against the system. We attacked it. And they said, okay, we have to shift the paradigm. So next thing you know, here we go. You know, we're going to stop funding that brand of hip-hop content. And we're going to start funding a contradicting brand of hip-hop that fits in with the age-old stereotypes of black people in America. That we're sex-crazed, drug-addicted, uncontrollable thugs. You know, boots. You know, and this goes way back. I mean, it ain't nothing new. When Nat Turner in 1932, when Nat Turner rebelled, you know, and attacked the slave plantation, the plantation block of the South, you know, in 1932. After those rebellions, they sent a slew of white Christian missionaries down into the South, into the black churches, to regulate what Negro spirituals could and could not be saying in the churches.
No doubt.
You know, so it's like we see history repeat itself over and over and over again. This has nothing to do with what sells and what doesn't sell. People don't understand economic determinism is not an adequate measure by which to interpret the world. It's not.
No doubt.
So, you know, what's money to the people that print it?
No doubt.
You know, so we right here in this space. So, you know, as far as being conscious and everything, you have a lot of brothers, you know, that do propagate or disseminate socially relative or politically relative lyrics, you know, in music, saying, you know, I'm not conscious. I don't want to be in that box with the conscious. I don't want to be called conscious. You know, I hear you. I mean, I hear where you're going with that. But you know, conscious simply means aware.
No doubt.
You know, it simply means aware. We must be aware. We must be aware. I mean, I don't care what you're conscious of. I mean, if you're self-conscious, you're aware of something. I mean, if you're money conscious, you're aware of money. You know, we could say Jay-Z is money conscious. We could say 50 Cent is money conscious. We could say a lot of these brothers are street conscious. We could say some of these brothers are woman conscious. You know, but it's still, you're aware of something, and you're propagating what you are aware of, or what have you. But it simply means aware. You know, when people ask me, what am I aware of? Then, you know, I mean, okay, it's conscious music, but what would you say you're aware of? I'm aware of a system of oppression that is so subtle that it doesn't provoke neither rebellion or escape. Therefore, the oppression causes you to internalize your anger, and that violence, it spills out in the form of black on black and the destruction of our community, because this form of oppression that we're under today places all blame and responsibility for what's happening to us on us, when that's not the case. You know, we're blaming ourselves for what others have done. You know, which is definitely the recipe for self-destruction. You know, you're not responsible for creating ghettos. You're not responsible for creating prison culture. A lot of this I touch in the book that I just finished, is being edited right now. It's called 3/5 of MC, the manufacturing of a dumbed down rapper. You know, where, you know, it's like,
nice title, by the way.
Excuse me?
I said nice title, by the way.
Yeah, you know, it's like we're in this space where we're blaming ourselves for everything that happens in the city. You know, we're not responsible for creating the subhuman conditions in these inner cities. We're not responsible for the drug culture in this country. We're not responsible for it. You know, and it's been documented and pinpointed where the drug culture came from, how they get here. We're not responsible for creating prison culture. They say hip-hop promotes prison culture. No, hip-hop is a forum where the artists in it are targeted, or the youth in this country, or the people who represent the population in this country who are most often targeted by the prison industrial complex. That's why we're talking about it. You know what I mean? That's the reason we're talking about the prison. That's the reason we talk about the cops. That's why we talk about these things, because we're the ones who are disproportionately targeted by this system of profit for incarceration. You know what I mean? So that's what we're discussing. You know, drugs as well. You know, we're being unfairly incarcerated for the amounts of product they find on us in our possession when they arrest us. You know, we're being given outdated sentences when our white counterparts are being given less time for possessing more product. You know, it's like, you know, this is what we're dealing with. We didn't promote this. We didn't create a prison situation amongst black men. We're not the reason why there's 1.1 million, or some say upwards of 2 million black people in prison, black males in particular, in prison today. We're not the reason why. It's because the prison industrial complex targets our communities.
That's right. No doubt.
So, you know, that's where I'm at with the consciousness. You know, making people aware of that system of oppression that causes us to blame ourselves for this circumstance. When we're not to blame, I'm putting the blame squarely on the shoulders on which it should rest. You know, which is white supremacy and racism. You know, and we need to keep that real clean. You know, I understand 66% of all rap sales are purchased by white kids. So I understand that, you know, but that's not going to, you know, make me not espouse, you know, information that is essential to and of interest to my people here. You know what I mean? To the African American community. You know, I don't care. You just don't buy my records then, you know, because this is the truth and this is what it is. You know, you're not hip hop if you're saying that we should deny the black youth the ability to articulate his struggle. You know what I mean?
No.
That's what's happening in hip hop right now. That's the injustice to hip hop right now. You know, whereas, you know, I could be going to a school that only has 200 books in the library, no bathrooms, no cafeteria, and we come in 3 days out of the week and there's no teachers for 5,000 kids in the district, you know, but I can't rhyme about that. They don't want me to rhyme about that. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, you gotta be kidding me. You know, how do we get any attention brought to our situation? And that's what hip hop is for me. Hip hop is a voice. Well, for the voices, we don't have a voice in mainstream. So hip hop for me is when the police put out their official story and they say he had a gun, so we shot him. We say no, Amadou Diallo had a wallet, he didn't have a gun. That's what hip hop says. You know what I mean? When they say Oscar Grant was resisting arrest, we say no, he was face down. Hip hop says no, he was face down on the ground with his hands behind his back when they shot him. You know what I mean? Therefore, fuck the police. So we, you know what I mean? That's what we say. That's how we get to where we are. That's how we've gotten to where we are. We need hip hop because hip hop is the perspective of the oppressed people, of the oppressed and enough harassed, enough arrested, enough incarcerated, enough brutalized, you know, enough criminalized and stereotyped population. So we need somebody that's going to come and give our side of the story. He's going to give our perspective. You know, it's just like it's like for the hip hop kid that goes to church on Sunday. You know, you go to church on Sunday, and the pastor saying, you know, black man was cursed through ham, and you know, this is how black people came into existence. You know, I mean, they be propagating these ideals. Which are blasphemous as as flying pigs. But anyway, what hip hop does in that situation, hip hop says no, we were not cursed. Hip hop says no, Shem was a black man from Africa. If you repeat that back, they can't laugh at you. Being a descendant of Shem, which was a fact, means that Abraham too was black. KRS-One, you must learn. What happens? Hip hop was our perspective on these things. It was our side of the story. It represented us and things that were of interest to us. When it came to our defense, hip hop came to our defense, and that's what hip hop is for me. So as far as conscious, you know, and being called conscious, you can call me conscious. It's just like Jesus Christ and the disciples, they didn't call themselves Christians.
That's right.
That's right. Christians. You know, they never called themselves Christians.
That's
you
right.
Know, but Paul said, I believe it was Paul in Acts.
Yeah.
Said, you know, he said if Christian means that I'm a follower of Christ, then I don't mind, you know, dying for that. I'll wear that to my death. You can call me a Christian. You know what I mean? It's like the title came after the movement.
Yeah.
You know, just like you had KRS-One, Public Enemy, X-Clan, Poor Rights Teachers, Brand Nubian, Intelligent Hoodlum, Def Jeff, you had Cam, you had all of these brothers propagating parents, propagating conscious lyrics or socially relative and politically relative messages. But nobody called themselves conscious. That came later to describe our brand of hip-hop. You know, and because that title wasn't there, it was kind of hard to box us. You know, it wasn't there, so you would find Poor Rights Teachers and X-Clan on tour with Ice Cube and Too Short.
Very true.
You know, something that can't happen today because of these titles and everything, the way they compartmentalize hip-hop. When we were all just hip-hoppers. We were all hip-hop. You turn on the radio and you hear Ice Cube, you know, you hear America's Most Wanted records off the America's Most Wanted album playing right with the Public Enemy record. You had Public Enemy, you had Chuck D, Ice Cube, and Big Daddy Kane on the same record, Burn Hollywood Burn. You know, Big Daddy Kane was a self-proclaimed player. Right? On his album cover, he was the dude with all the bling on. He had all the big gold chains on with all the girls half dressed, right?
No doubt.
Big Daddy Kane, right? With his shirt off. I mean, come on, this is Big Daddy Kane. Then you had Big Daddy Kane made Pimpin' Ain't Easy, right? And then you had Ice Cube, self-proclaimed gangster. And you had Chuck D, the self-proclaimed CNN of black culture.
No doubt.
So you had a variety of other perspectives coming together to attack a beast and hit it at the same point, regardless to what they called themselves.
No doubt.
These divisions came from mainstream major corporations when they box us, you know, just like today when like doing independent music now, you know, and we're submitting our titles to our catalog for distribution, there's an option. There's options for you to choose what genre of hip hop it is. Now hip hop has all these different genres.
Very true.
In it. So it's like you can choose hip hop soul, hip hop R&B, gangster rap, East Coast rap. All these different titles. When before it wasn't none of that.
No doubt.
It was hip hop. That's it.
This is a corporate concept.
No doubt.
Not a hip hop concept. So for me, it's like you can call me conscious. I embrace that. I'm very conscious. So I'm very conscious. I'm conscious of a lot of things, man. I'm conscious of a lot of things. Matter of fact, there's a company that's coming up. ConsciousHipHop.com and ConsciousWorld.com. These particular companies are being built right now. To just embracing consciousness. Companies that are not afraid to embrace consciousness. And I think that's dope. I mean, we in the environment, eco-conscious, these are conscious kids. So, we're talking about recycling and things of that nature, and the importance of doing things to protect the earth. Keep the earth clean, and keep your neighborhood clean, and things of that nature. So, we're conscious of a lot of things. It's not conscious is not a bad word. When the consciousness become a bad word, if the gangster rapper is not afraid to say he's a gangster, and this is what he's propagating, why are we afraid to say this is conscious music? I just don't get it. You know what I mean? For me,
no doubt.
For me, even more so than being conscious, what's being banned from the mainstream is protest music.
Very true, very true. Neutrality is the new black, essentially.
The protest song, we can't protest anything anymore. And that's what's wrong. Like when Billie Holiday put out "Strange Fruit," a label wouldn't let her put it out. It was like, no, we don't want to put that out. We're not going to put that out. We're not going to put that out. So she backdoored it and got the record put out anyway. And they were wrong. It was a conscious record, and they said, no, this is going to upset everybody. They were like, 66% of your music is being purchased by white people. If you put out a song about lynching black people, white people are not going to buy it. Put the record out, and it was one of her best-selling records ever. It was her best-selling record.
And one of the songs that cemented her legacy.
Right. So, it's not about conscious music not being able to sell or people not wanting to hear conscious music. It's about major corporations and people that are in power not wanting to create a particular atmosphere.
No doubt.
For rebellion. And that's just what it is. You can't keep the people, you can't control people and manage the people the way you want to if you constantly can't fight the power. So it's like being conscious and street conscious, are not mutually exclusive.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? It's like Marvin Gaye, for instance. Marvin Gaye was a self-proclaimed lover boy. He was the man. All the ladies liked him. You know what I mean? All the ladies liked him. And to the label thought he was a street thug. It was, they were like, yo, Marvin Gaye was a hardcore dude. You know what I mean? A lot of them was afraid of him. But Marvin Gaye was the ladies' man. Everybody saw him as a ladies' man. They saw him as a thug, and they also saw him as a political dude.
Very much so.
And why? Because he's the same dude that, like we say all the time when I'm building with my brother Paul, we say Marvin Gaye is the perfect example of how a man can be an artist, can make what's going on and let's get it on. You know what I mean? The same guy. The same guy made the sexually provocative let's get it on, and he made what's going on.
and everybody believed both records equally and grew to them, and they were good music.
Right, exactly. And both of the songs were very well. You know, from one guy. You know, there's nothing saying that LL can't make a protest record. LL Cool J should be able to make a protest record. And Tupac was evidence of that. You know what I mean? He was evidence of that. He can make the song for the sisters. He can make the song for the brothers. He can make the song for the streets. He can make the song for political heads. He was just that dude. He could do it. You know, and that's what, you know, nobody's one thing all the time. Like for me, F the Police was a protest record.
No doubt.
It was a concept record that you could get. It was like, yo, the police. It was protesting police terrorism. Bottom line, that's what that record was. You know, you don't have to have a red, black, and green to protest oppression.
Very true.
And that's where we get it mixed up at all the time. And you know, and Djezuz Jonez is like the Djezuz Jonez record is like that. You know, that's the way I make records. My records are from the perspective from where we stand at on the corner.
No doubt.
You know, it's when we stand on the corner. You know, we just fresh kids. We in the neighborhood, and we trying to live out here. You know, but these are the things that are impeding our right to exist. You know, or challenging our right to exist, and we have a right to confront those things. You know, and that's what we're doing. That's what hip hop is for me. You know, it's these kids down here in this mess, interpreting this mess. You know, hip hop is our way of, you know, controlling the perception of us, you know, controlling our image, and how people see us around the world. You know, like for instance, you think about it, you know, they knew the power of hip hop before 1992. You know, the apartheid, South Africa. A lot of those kids in South Africa who are grown up now, you know, they will tell you, as it's been said to me, that they were listening to hip-hop music, and that's what drove them. Their drive was American hip-hop music, and that was the era that we were making records. That was the era that Boogie Down Productions was putting out You Must Learn. That was the era that Public Enemy was putting out and Take a Nation of Millions to hold us back. These records were fueling the rebellion in South Africa. You know? X-Clan said, free South Africa, you with the Berlin. I have a problem. I stand firm beating my chest. You know what I mean? They took, those kids sucked that up. They gave them pride, man. Gave them pride and raised their level of self-esteem. And they confronted the beast the way we were doing here, musically and on the ground.
No doubt.
And that's why it had to be shut down. It's just not nothing that just happened in hip-hop because some DJ said, yo, I don't want to play this anymore. That's not how it happens. Think about it. Nobody around here said, yo, I don't want to hear no more conscious music. Cause nobody called a floor radio station and said, yo, don't stop playing this conscious music. Nobody said that. And it's like drug dealing. You know, it's like drug dealing. Everybody around my way was selling and smoking weed. Nobody said, yo, I wish somebody would cook up some cocaine and bring that around here and let me smoke that.
Well, you know, Negroes and neutrality are the two most wonderful words to America, so that's why they want to try to go ahead and push some neutral Negro. They don't want net neutrality, they want Negro neutrality. And, you know, that's definitely been going on real hardcore. I was talking to one of my peoples a few days ago on this particular matter, and it was like, yo, you remember that back in the 90s, you know, you had people, just because it was in, much less the fact of the message it had, it was like hip-hop was just in, and you had cats who were in talking about something that was, you know, everybody had their own vibe and their own lane and stuff, but you know, you would have people touch on certain things, whether with the police brutality, you know, free South Africa, whatever else. You had little white kids like, I need to be in, so I'm gonna wear an African chain, I'm gonna read up and see what's going on. Who's this Malcolm X guy they're talking about? You know, what is this Nation of Gods and Nerfs I'm hearing about? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, right up to around my middle school era, I mean, I remember the last Arsenio Hall show. I stayed up to see it. I snuck to see it. And, you know, one of those joints, I mean, you have like, you know, ODB and Farrakhan up on there and Wu-Tang. You know, you have a black dude talking about the black man is God, mad loud. You know what I'm saying? And people can still find that clip on YouTube, on national television. And, you know, people don't want stuff like that no more. They want to be able, well, not people, of course. I should say the powers that be is probably a better term. don't want that anymore. And I think, unfortunately, there are some people who, while everybody can do their own thing, some people like just falling into that lane. They're like, okay, for me to get a pat on the head and essentially what's changed in the multi-billion-dollar industry, I can't talk about nothing.
Right, I mean, they're being rewarded for their apathy. Apathy is being rewarded. You're being rewarded for dumbing down. That's what Lupe Fiasco was saying, dumb it down. Dumb it down. His record, dumb it down. He was like, he told me, dumb it down. You gonna free these people, Lupe, dumb it down. And then, you do that, Lupe, dumb it down. They're rewarding that behavior. They're rewarding dumbness. And the thing is, this is how we know it's not about hip-hop. Or let's say it's bigger than hip-hop. Because it's happening in the public school system. The teachers are being rewarded for dumbing down the students to a standardized No Child Left Behind test program. So now the teacher is not allowed to teach according to her skills and what she went to school and learned to do. For instance, if your teacher is a biology major, when she comes to the inner city, she can't teach biology. She can only teach what is necessary for the kids to take the standardized test. And if biology is not on the standardized test, she's going to be teaching some reading skill that coincide with the test. So they're dumbing the teachers down, and in turn dumb the students down. You can't teach a kid the full scope of any particular topic. They're not even reading books anymore. They're not reading, the Grapes of Wrath in the public school system around here anymore. They're not reading those books anymore. They're not reading those books about the Great Depression. They're not reading any of that. They're not even reading books. There are not enough books to go around to give all the kids books. They have this standardized test curriculum that's dumbing everybody down, and the teachers are being paid, and the administrators are being paid. Like right here in Trenton, New Jersey, the administration was caught forging the transcripts of the students, giving the students credit for courses that they didn't even give the students. Right? So when they got found out, so 200 students had to go to school all over again through the summer because none of their grades counted.
Really?
So they're dumbing down the students because they No Child Left Behind gives teachers and administrators incentives to do these things because if the school doesn't make AYP, the annual progress, then the school gets on the shutdown list. And then you won't be making no money. You won't have a check anymore. And these are living people. So are the teachers criminal? No. Did they commit a crime? Yes. But the environment in which they are embedded in created an incentive for them to do these things. They're dumbing down everything. It's not just music. It's film also. At the same time, they took Public Enemy, they took Spike Lee. And people are like, are we not saying this? It's not one thing. It's not one thing. Black Entertainment Television, or BET, as we call it today. You know what I mean? At the same time that they took Public Enemy,
Teen Summit went away. All that good stuff.
Spike Lee's away. They took all the conscious music away. They took the conscious films away, and all the news left BET first. All the news left BET first. Teen Summit was brought. I was on Teen Summit twice, and we were talking about some real heavy things. There were a lot of political figures on there. The youth were engaging the leaders in the community on a real grassroots level. Can't do that anymore. Take Teen Summit out. They had to take They took Travis Smiley off. They took all the news off of BET.
And then we also had the Telecommunications Act that went off.
Right, so it's not just this is an assault on a people, not a music genre. You know what I mean? Hip hop dead. I can ask you, is the black church dead? We can make an argument that the black church is dead, the black school is dead, hip hop is dead, and everything that black people are engaged in. Everything that is of and from us, it says if it is dead, because the environment in which we're embedded in is an environment where we're being assaulted and attacked daily. Everything that we do. You know, it's like, now it's a crime and it's taboo to serve your community in a way where you're trying to sustain and preserve it. Now we on this post-racial America lying law. You know, it's like, you gotta be kidding me. How in a post-racial anything when the Tea Party exists?
Well, you know, post-racial equals black people shut up. That's my definition of post-racial.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. You know, you have this movement now to disband HBCUs. Because they're saying the HBCU is no longer necessary because the President of the United States was black and he didn't go to an HBCU. You know, so now you see not just hip-hop and black film and the public schools being dumbed down, but now you see the collegiate. At the collegiate level, they're trying to shut it down also. It's not just about hip-hop. This is an assault on black people. And when we fail to realize that, because we see 50 Cent doing deals with Coca-Cola, because when we see that, we think, oh, see, nah, it ain't about black and white. Look, 50 getting it. Look at Oprah Winfrey, she getting it. Never in the history, when we fail to realize that never in the history of America has white supremacy, racism, and discrimination been able to regulate all black people. And it has always been able to regulate the large majority of us.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? And create the appearance through a handful of us that times were changing. And times were actually staying exactly the same. If you think about it, we have 2 million prisoners who are black in the prison system right now, right? So the prison industrial complex has regulated and disenfranchised more black people today than Jim Crow did in the 1800s, in the late 1800s, in the early 1900s. You know what I mean? So it's like, in 1950, Jim Crow disenfranchised less people in the prison industrial complex. That puts us in a worse position today than we were then.
No doubt.
And the first thing people say is, well, they shouldn't be committing crimes. But when we look at the fact that 60% of black prisoners are non-violent offenders, we understand immediately that we're being locked up for what are 9 crimes, basically adult consenting activity. I mean, in other words, if somebody say, I want to smoke some weed, and somebody say, I'll sell you some weed, that's not a crime. That's not a crime. That's their life. That's what they want to do. It's not affecting anybody. It's not bringing any harm to anyone's person or property other than the 2 involved. You know what I mean? So that's a non-crime, and the government shouldn't regulate it. So anyway, here we are in this space. We're in this place, and we don't see that we're going through the same thing, even in a more intense level. It's just that it's been presented in a way that we're blaming ourselves for it. When it's the same thing, not much has changed. We're right here in the same space, man, in the same sickness.
No doubt, no doubt. So everybody who thinks that Jay-Z getting on Oprah means that we done made it, no. Not at all.
So that's what they do.
Oprah getting owned, no.
Regulate all black people. I mean, in 1832. No, let's go back. Let's go back to that 1726. I think 1726. The Moshe Society. It was the first black community, the first documented black community in America. A black neighborhood, black community in Florida. 1726. And they were a free population. They weren't in chains. They were a free population. They had their own militia.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? They had their own militia. When the Revolutionary War popped off, they defended the northern front of Florida. So it's like, are you serious? You know what I mean? So everybody were slaves. But the difference is this: those free blacks of 1726 weren't being marketed and promoted like times were changing. You know what I mean? They weren't being marketed and promoted. They weren't on TV every day so that the black people in chains could say, we ain't in slavery. You know what I mean? It was like they say, yo, we ain't in slavery. We could be free if we just put our minds to it. You know, they wouldn't be marketed that way. Whereas today, you have 2 million you have more black men in prison today than we had in slavery in 1832. That's serious. That's serious. So, but today it's like, you know, nah, that's not the case. These brothers just need to not do what they're doing. They just need to not do this or not do that. I'm like, come on, man, are you serious? Have you ever really gotten deep down into the politics of the law? How they work and how they unfairly target us? You know, it's like, come on, there's 36 million black people in this country. It's 305 million people in America. 36 million black people. We're like 10% of the population here. We're 10% of the population. If we smoked and sold all the drugs in America, we would not be able, if we smoked, if every one of us, all 36 million black people, smoked or sold drugs in America, we would not be able to sustain a $350 billion a year industry.
Definitely.
There's no way. It's no way. If black people were the only ones doing anything in America, whatever that industry is, it would collapse because there's not enough of us to sustain it. And that's what we're looking at mass. You know, it doesn't make sense for all of us, for so many of us to be incarcerated unless we're being targeted. You know, and that's what's happening here. You know, the system has never been able to regulate everybody, but today they're marketing and promoting the few that is not regulating. You know, it's marketing and promoting them as if things have changed. You know, and that's what the whole Barack Obama thing was about. It was about creating the atmosphere or the perception that things have changed. You know, it's a black president now. You know, it's a black president. You know, that doesn't mean anything. You know, we had black mayors before we had black presidents. They don't let the black. We didn't get a black mayor until the city's municipal budgets were going bankrupt. You know what I mean? That's when they let black men become mayors, when all the white people left and they shift the politics to send all the funding to the new suburban communities that the white people were going to. So now the cities were depleted of funds. You know, they shift everything, the school funding and everything became a tax-based school funding system. To where the schools were being funded based on property tax. So if your houses were valued low, you didn't get a lot of funding for schools because it was coming from the taxes based on what your property was worth. Now they jacked up the property values of the suburban homes where the white people were fleeing to get away from integration. And now their schools were showered with all types of money. And our kids were left with inadequate education. We are those kids who were left with inadequate education. You know, with very hopefully, resources to be educated with, or to educate ourselves. It's a crime. You know, but we don't study that far. We don't study that far. We take things on face value. You know, we say, well, you know, you can go to school and get a good education. You can go to school and get a good education. No, wait a minute. There's 5,000 kids in Chicago on every given Tuesday who go to school and don't have a teacher. So going to school. They're going to school, but they don't have a teacher. There are children who are going to school and graduating from 12th grade and then have to go to remedial college courses because they haven't been taught enough to even take a college course, a real college course.
I know Newark has a huge problem in that regard with something like conduct over at Essex County College. Tell me about that.
Who want to go to school, who want to learn. You know, but, you know, the first thing they say is, oh, these inner city kids don't want to learn. They don't want to learn. Wait a minute. The ones who do go to school and graduate and study hard, you know, Oprah did a special one in herself. She did a special one on the disparity between the inner city schools in Chicago versus the suburban schools in Hyde Park and places like that out in Chicago. She did a report on it. And she said that the girls at the top of their class in the Chicago inner city schools, all A students, went out to the white school and could not do the math. Couldn't do the math. You know, and that's what we're dealing with here. You know, like Jonathan Cazal pointed out, you know, one girl from Cherry Hill, the education that they were getting in Cherry Hill versus the education the kids were getting in Camden, New Jersey. You know, the kids in Camden, New Jersey were being taught, they were in 11th grade, but they were being taught from 8th grade textbooks. But they were in the 11th grade, while their Cherry Hill peers were being taught from 11th grade books. And the reason that they were being taught from 8th grade books is because the school district did not have enough money to get the books they needed, so they settled for books that they could get used. And they wasn't even 11th grade books, they were 8th grade books. You know, so that was putting those kids 3 years behind. You know, and this is happening everywhere. This is happening everywhere in the country. Everywhere in the country, you get Shame of a Nation by Jonathan Cazal. That book right there, he sums it all up. You know, Savage Inequalities is another book that he did. You know, so for me, hip hop is that kid who's in school and trying to learn, but not giving, and they're not giving him what he needs to excel. So he writes a record about it. So he writes a record. He say, I got a bum education. Wasn't it Melly Bell who said that? In the Message?
Yeah.
In the Message, he coined the term of bum education, man. So he's like, yo, this is what they doing to me down here, man. He said, don't push me because I'm close to the edge, man. So this is what I'm going through down here, man. Nobody's trying to teach. That's what I was trying to articulate and go with me. You know, they couldn't teach me to read, so they pegged me for prison. That's what they doing to us. You know, that's what they doing to us. They putting us in a situation where we can't get jobs, we'll turn to the street, we'll end up in prison. You know, get paid off in some prison. You know, think about it, man. I mean, in New Jersey, come on, we from Jersey.
No doubt.
We from the Abbott law capital of the world.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
You know, we remember the boy Abbott. The Abbott boy was from Camden.
Word.
He was from Camden. He went all the way through school, graduated 12th grade, and couldn't read. Couldn't read. His mom sued the district, and they won, right? But before the law could be implemented and enforced, he had already fell off and was on crack and in prison. Right? Yeah. So what happens is they put this law in effect, and they say, okay, we're going to give the inner city schools more money. Abbott, he called it Abbott funding. You know what I mean? So now the inner city, the public schools could get Abbott funding, whereas the funding will be raised up near the level of suburban kids, right? The white communities in New Jersey, man, they protested that all the way to the Supreme Court. All the way to the Supreme Court. But the Abbott law stood. And now today they're pulling the Abbott law back. The Abbott law is about to be disbanded now. You know, they're cutting all the Abbott funding across the board in the state of New Jersey. So anyway, the Abbott funding was supposed to raise the funding to the level of suburban schools or close to it. So it raised the funding up in our neighborhoods about $12,000 from about $5,000, $6,000, and $7,000 per student a year. So each student was getting about $12,000 a year to be educated. Whereas in Princeton, in Cherry Hill, you get like $18,000 and $22,000 per student, right? Robbinsville, Hopewell, places like that. You know, Washington Park. So it's like, okay, they getting all this money and they protesting black kids getting that same amount of money. That's what they were protesting. They were like, no. But these same white people will not protest about the $60,000 a year that it takes to keep my kid in prison for a year. It takes $60,000 to keep me in prison for a year and only $20,000 to educate me for a year, but you'd rather give up the $60,000 to keep me in prison.
And that definitely shows a big systematic problem, systematic racism, and just a whole bunch of wonderful issues the United States has in general today.
It's supposed to be the voice that screams that. I just say, no, this is an injustice. That's what we supposed to be doing, man.
No doubt.
We're supposed to be doing, you know, for me anyway, for my people. I mean, I feel like we need to be able to articulate that, and that's what we're doing.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, I know that we're definitely glad we have another superhero and warrior in the building with Wise Intelligent, a.k.a. the talented Timothy Taylor, a.k.a. the unconquerable, so we'll never see a perm on his head, Djezuz Jonez. And, you know, with the upcoming album that has already dropped to the masses on iTunes, people need to definitely go ahead and check that out. Y'all will hear those tunes on the FuseBox Radio. And definitely check out the brother's website, too. We talked a little bit about the IntelligentSEEDZ program, the upcoming book, 3/5 of an MC, the manufacturing of Dumbed Down Rapper, and a whole bunch of other stuff. All of those details, as well as a great biography, discography, music section, literary works, blog, the entire nine, is at wiseintelligent.com. You also can get tour information. You can buy stuff, which, you know, has a whole bunch of great music on there. And, you know, we had a Hype of the Blessed Be the Poor album because the FuseBox Radio interview segments are on there, but, you know, there's a bunch of great music jumping off there. And also, you know, there's the contact page. Reach out. You know, this brother is more than just an MC. You know, the activist part is real. Check out the IntelligentSEEDZ program. I know we put up a documentary that was done by IntelligentSEEDZ a little while back on blackradiosback.com, and just do a search and pull that out. And, you know, as we always say, support quality music, period. You know, if it's stuff that you feel, whether it's the grooves, the message, or whatever, we all need to eat. We all got to show that people want these particular products. And I can definitely say beyond a shadow of a doubt, the UnConkable Djezuz Jonez is a worthy project. Definitely get your 16 tracks of grooves on and all of that. And, you know, we're in the iTunes age. You can preview the track, see what's going on, and all of that good stuff. The only reason I'm wrapping up is just for the sake of, for one thing, people need to check out your site and your music. And also, you know, we got to give them a light tap on the head to open up the doorway and stuff to us. We can't give it all to them on our show, even though we would love to. Can we get any last words or shout outs before we get into some of the new tracks from the album?
Oh, absolutely. You know, big shout out to Intelligent Music crew. You know, to Dirty Jones.
Alright.
No doubt.
Your firstborn son. Let me hold you down.
Alright.
Definitely. You know what I mean? To hip hop. You know what I mean? To hip hop. Hip hop has never died. Hip hop has never been dead. It's just the mainstream is not playing it, and we can't allow the mainstream to interpret.
That's right.
Who and what we are and where we are.
That's
right. I mean, just because it's not in the mainstream, that doesn't mean it's not in our bloodstream.
That's right.
You feel me? You know what I mean? So, hip-hop is forever living, man. Hip-hop is going to outlive the mainstream. It's going to outlive radio. It's going to outlive the internet. It's going to outlive all of that because it's something that goes through it moves through the people. You know what I mean? Hip-hop was here before. Black music was here before. It was here before America. It was here before all this technology. It was here. It was always here. Black music will exist forever. You know what I mean? And that's what we're making. So, you know, go to the website, wiseintelligent.com, you know, and click on some music, buy some music, you know what I mean? Go to the Facebook page. My Facebook handle is Timothy Taylor. If that's too crowded, you can go to Djezuz Jonez. That's another handle that I have on Facebook. You know, Twitter. You know, go to my Twitter joint, Wise Intelligent. You know, follow that. You know, get the music. You can get the music at iTunes. You can get it at Amazon.com. You can get it at Shoutdown. You can get it at Rhapsody. So you can get it at, you know, eMusic and all the music joints online. You know, get the music, embrace the music. Let me know what you think. You know, because we make it hip hop, man. You know, and to all the hip hoppers out there, man. You know, if you conscious, you conscious. You know what I mean? Embrace your consciousness, man. Embrace your consciousness. There's nothing wrong with being smart. There's nothing wrong with being intelligent, man. You know what I mean? We ain't gotta be assholes out here in the streets. You know what I mean? We gotta be assholes in the streets. We out here in these streets, we better be smart. I mean, we grew up out here, we live out here in these streets. You know what I mean? You better be smart. You can't be dumb and be out here. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. You know, hip-hop is everything. Hip-hop is not exclusively conscious. It's not exclusively gangster. It's not exclusively political. It's not exclusively party and BS either. You know what I mean? Hip-hop is all of the above. There's never been a time in the history of hip-hop where we had one brand of hip-hop content. I mean, and, you know, as far back as we can go, hip-hop was as mediocre as lyrically. It was as mediocre as Nick wrote his illin' is chillin', what more can I say, top billing. And at the same time, he was as political as Fight the Power. You know what I mean? You know, and it was as complicated lyrically as MC Light Paper Thin. You know what I mean? It was a lot of different things. Hip-hop was always a lot of different things. Cool G rap from rags to riches. You know what I mean? The police took my picture. My pockets was getting bigger, you know?
No doubt.
I was on the corner pitching, man. Cool G rap. You know what I mean? The G didn't stand for God. The Cool G rap. It's gangster. You know, so, you know, we were always there, man. We were always in these places, man. Don't let nobody regulate us to one thing, man. We're a lot of things. We're very dynamic. We're not a static culture. We've never been, black music has never been that, man. You know what I mean? So, this is hip-hop.
Alright, no doubt.
The UnConkable Djezuz Jonez. Make sure you get that joint. Keep checking out FuseBox Radio. I mean, keep checking the joint out. DJ Fusion, John Judah, hold it down on the real hip-hop side of things. You heard?
Alright, no doubt. And we can't get a better closeout than that. So we're going to keep it moving here. This is the syndicated FuseBox Radio Broadcast. DJ Fusion, John Judah. 21st Century Black Radio for the heads. Authenticity Hardcore is in the building. Alright.
Alright, Jersey, we got this. Alright, Philly, NY on the check-in.
I'm a bigger fan of Fela Kuti. Like I really about Gucci. I'm nobody's property. I'm a beast of no nation. I'm a beast by vocation. Lyrically, I will empirically blot the memory out of any MC. Till MC me just well dangerous. Jesus me just I tangaras. This is the manner in which I will teach a young spitter to spit at his target. This is the way of an artist, a purging of the causes, the emerging of a market, a genre on my own. I guess it's because I'm the last, one of the last true MCs. Every god say true indeed. Every queen say I reflect. Am I really resonating yet demonstrating fresh? Stop hating, bless, 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 bless. Look out, I'ma criticize black people but never see what them I know yet. Why? Yes, 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 yes. Djezuz Jonez on the microphone, gonna merge to the words become flesh. I tell you, I'll be on the corner, coking on the owner. Mary Magdalena, 3 corners back to owner. I'll be on my grind, water into wine. I can heal the blind, rhymes wicked every time. Djezuz Jonez the reason, the one who some believe in. Rebuke the heathen, cast 1,000 demons off the legion. The flow, the mic, the roof. The truth is the truth. The head that fits the crown. With a few for the many, how you living 120 selling out for the pennies? I don't like that. Every wrong gotta right that. Poor but despite that, Israelites take your life back. I have not been sent, but unto the lost sheep being murdered in the streets of a ghetto. Every Papa Geppetto, long nose Pinocchio, stereotype I'll burn. Lucifer, your kingdom's falling. Black man, your life is calling. Even if you can't hear that, you don't even hear your wife and babies calling. Babylon, let's burn it down. Righteous judgment, wickedness in high places like this government. Where the money holds close, he don't talk about those. He owns some artists. Let's talk about flow, let's not. He already know he hot. Lyrically pop locked to the heat of a hot beat dropped by Elizabeth's son. Methodically away for the things I say will play to the kingdom come. Call it the gospel. You're under God's spell. Yes, indeed, we were all God sent till we all died. Just like a prince, we fell. From the cradle to the prison, it's a pipeline. This is my position when I write rhymes. I think you need to listen to the right rhymes. Stop me, never know, not this lifetime. I'll be on the corner, holding on the owner. Mary Magdalena, 3 corners back to owner. I'll be on my grind, water into wine. I can heal the blind, rhymes wicked every time. Djezuz Jonez the reason, the one who some believe in. Rebuke the heathen, cast 1,000 demons off the legion. The flow, the mic, the roof. The truth is the truth. The head that fits the crown. Can't keep it down. I don't have a lot of money, I ain't got a lot of friends, few foes, God knows I'm rich. But I get a lot of trouble from the servants and the devil for my radical rap music. Rappers amuse me with all that amusing's meant to humiliate, mock, and facilitate how they assassinate consciousness. Let them get a better shot at this. No one can stop you. Guess I needed to repeat that. No one can stop you. I'm a leader of an old school G. I'm a problem vocally. I produce God, shake earth, gave birth to the first conscious fresh MC. Shout out to the Jungle Brothers, make another record please. It's hard out here for a G like me to learn anything from these MCs. No disrespect, you. Big up yourself, rude. No missile out, forget, cool, again. I can do it if I want to. Point to the crew who suit you, stop your progresso. You're a Campbell's, can good rap sell, stack shells, gotta love a metaphor. Quite sure, I love what I meant for. Why not? My op metal metaphor. I'm hot, why you got a sweater for? You're not. I'll be on the corner, walk you on no owner. Mary Mac, you know the 3 quarters back to owner. I'll be on my grind, water into wine. I can heal the blind, rhymes wicked every time. Jesus Jones, the reason, the one who some believe in. Rebuke the heathen, cast 1,000 demons off the legion. The flow, the mic, the booth. The truth is through the truth. The head that fits the crown. Can't keep it down.
Welcome to Media Minutes. I'm Stevie Converse.
And I'm Candace Clement.
And I'm Megan Tatey.
Over the last few weeks in Egypt, 1 million people have taken to the streets to call for democratic reform. The Egyptian government responded by cutting off internet and most cell phone access, plunging the nation into digital darkness. As more people turn to their cell phones, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to speak out for their human rights, cutting off internet and mobile access is a new way for governments to crack down on popular political uprising. Could someone in the United States flip an internet kill switch? There is cause for concern. Senators Joe Lieberman, Susan Collins, and Thomas Carper introduced legislation in the last Congress that would give the president and the executive branch authority to cut off critical infrastructure in times of crisis. A report from Wired said that Senator Collins would reintroduce the Protect Cyberspace as a National Asset Act in this Congress. The 2010 bill said that the federal government's designation of vital internet or other computer systems, quote, shall not be subject to judicial review. Timothy Carr, campaign director of Free Press, says that if the bill was reintroduced, Congress would need to seriously address its vague language and failure to establish effective checks and balances over the executive branch.
We're very concerned that should it go forward in this Congress, they need to seriously address the language within the bill that appears to give the executive branch this overriding authority. I think there are profound First Amendment issues when you allow the executive branch the power to cut off critical infrastructure. The internet is not just critical infrastructure, it's a critical social infrastructure. It is, in the 21st century, a means by which people express themselves freely.
Carr says we have to treat open networks as fundamental to a functioning democracy.
Now, given what we saw happen last week and this week in Egypt, efforts to cut off the internet are not a good thing. If a nation tries to disable its citizens' ability to speak freely, to organize and communicate with others, it really has the potential of being a gross violation of not only our right to communicate, but our human rights as well.
Last weekend, White House Press Secretary Robert Gibbs said that he believes internet access and the right to social network is a fundamental and basic individual right.
So if the White House really feels that way, they have to hold to that commitment. If internet access is a basic right, if the right to open networks and social networking is a basic right, then they need to oppose the language in this legislation that gives them the power to take that away.
People in Sibley and Renville counties in Minnesota just want broadband. Yet the phone and cable companies there, including Frontier Communications, have failed to connect people to high-speed internet. And hundreds of homes are stuck with slow dial-up, spotty satellite, or no internet at all. So the counties decided to do it themselves and just finished a feasibility study to build its own fiber-to-the-home network. But like every comfortable service provider about to face new competition, Frontier is pushing back against the project. The company sent a letter to Sibley County commissioners recounting other municipal broadband efforts that have struggled and is cautioning the county to rethink its efforts. Mark Erickson is a Winthrop City administrator who has spearheaded the fiber-to-the-home project. He says Frontier is trying to stop the competition at any cost.
They just want to throw fear and doubt into the equation. They want to obfuscate all the issues. They want to make people think that it's Ma Bell. They know how to do these things, and municipals certainly can't.
But while Frontier doesn't want the municipality to build the network, they certainly don't want to do it themselves either, and neither do other providers. Erickson says the counties are willing to work with the companies and even help finance the network, but no one is biting.
We actually have sat down and said, please work with us, but they just haven't gotten over that hump, I guess, of wanting to work with municipals. They see us too much as as the enemy and not the partner.
Erickson said he isn't daunted by frontier sphere tactics. Instead, he's spending his time rallying local folks behind a project he says will revitalize rural America.
I drove up to the county to the west last week, and I was driving along and looking at all these farm sites that dot the frozen tundra up here. What's this network going to do for them? It's going to make every one of those farmhouses relevant again. They're going to be connected to the world. They can take Chinese lessons with high-definition video, real-time with folks in China, because they'll have 20 megs up and 20 megs down to their home for $42 a month. Those are the kinds of things that this network will allow people to do, and I'm really excited about it.
You've been listening to Media Minutes, a production of Free Press, a national nonpartisan organization working to reform the media. For more information, visit freepress.net.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now witnessing FuseBox Radio.
Yo, right now it's the legendary DJ Marley Marl. You're on the FuseBox. You know how we get down.
This is poison, so be alert and cautious. Those who act outrageous, you will get nauseous, infected, or contaminated. Turn on your stereo and become radio-activated. Deadly and fatal, poison the title. My recital hits the parts that are vital. So tune in the tone of beats and bones. Polos, headphones, becomes a skull and crossbones. Pull out the Q-tips, clean out the earwax. If you're still hard to hear, man, I'm a scrubber with Ajax with maximum drum. So behave and remember, you're a slave of my sound waves. Fast the rhymes, a mastermind. I have to find a new method, time after time. Right around quick, when I pull out my big pen, stick to my idea to sound real slick then. Put it on paper, cause I make you hyper than any other rapper. Cause I keep my rapping riper like cherries, or some say berries. Mandatory for the auditorium's glory. Here's the story, rappers getting leery to hear me. Deep beats in a new technique of fury. Combination of drums and noise and yo yo yo, polo yo, this is poison. Yo yo yo, polo yo, this is poison. 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 Look the lights on my mic, you should get off. You're a rip off, I'm a rip up, get rid of. Push your bit off, fight off, hate off, imitate off, they get paid off. For G-Rap to get laid off, get up, sit up. The butter up now, buttercup. Male or female, shut them up. Oh, shut her up. Yo, you heard what he said. Shut the hell up, man.
Hey, word.
I'm a line, pick 'em up. Bobby blind, I'm a rhymes, you might as well say stick 'em up. Letters of metaphor, matters the better, the fatter your pocket. Rhymes blast off like rockets. Rhymes will be replaced and beats a race in case a rap will drop the trace. Hardcore bass, made in a minute. Sky's the limit for reaching the goal and the dream. Wouldn't you wanna be in it to win it? Writers who want it like animals hunt it. Soon as I get 'em, I hit 'em. I've done it to the suckers who front it. The rappers who made it and did it. Forget about winning the battle. Cause I'm a shake, rattle, and roll. A little something for girls in poison. Yo, follow my man, yo, poison. Read the label, sucker. Poison. Yeah, poison.
In other words, it's deadly.
Poison. 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 Say it out. A mind designed to find a rhyme that's right on time. One step beyond and not behind the line. To separate stars from the vine. Take it as a caution or a warning sign. Plus for anthems, words, I'm splitting them, harming them, synonyms, good like M&M's with polo. And while I keep slicing, I turn the mic's last name into Tyson. My brain is like a factory, constantly creating material stitch by stitch with decoration. Lyrics are fabrics, beat is the lining. My passion and rhyming is fashion designing. Now it gets sported, cause people wanna sport it, you bought it. If you didn't, then you couldn't afford it. Poetry full of surprises, just like a game show. And my brain glows, just like a rainbow. Rappers and poets, they already know it. G-rap is a terror, not an error. And never will I stop reaching for better. Whether wheels of steel or real for real. G-rap to make you feel the real deal. I usually rap hardcore, and I know that you're thinking of mine somehow semi-so. When you're partying, girls with poison, remember Fuji rap, the butcher and below is poison. Poison.
Molly Mob, tell them exactly what this is.
This is the Rap Attack exclusive.
Baby.
Poison. Yeah. Yo, Molly, turn on the music for a minute. I want to say what's up to my crew. Turn on the music for a minute. I want to say what's up to my crew. Bismarck, DJ Coolzy, DJ Spawn, Big Daddy Kane, Mr. C, Roxanne Shantae, MC Shan, my manager Fly Tie, Mr. Magic. Mr. Magic, Mr. Magic, Mr. Magic, Mr. Magic.
And of course, what would I be without my partner in crime, the one, the only musical genius, Molly Mob.
Molly Mob. Molly.
Big Daddy K, Glamorous, Roxanne Shantae. Stop again.
Already know it.
Oh, okay.
For real to real. I usually rap hardcore. When you're partying, girls and poison, remember Fuji rap, the butcher and below is poison. Poison. Poison.
Of course, Chili Q, Trey G.
Poison.
You are now listening to the FuseBox with John Judah.
Duck alert, are you paying attention? Are you paying attention?
I'm coming. R-A-W.
This is a Rap Attack exclusive.
I'm coming.
No question.
I'm coming. R-A-W. W, a terrorist, here to
bring trouble to phony and thieves. I move on and seize, I just conquer and stop another rapper with ease. Cause I'm at my apex and others are below. Nothing but a milliliter, I'm a kilo, second to none. Making MCs run, so don't try to step to me, cause I ain't the one. I believe rappers just like Tylenol, and they know it. So I don't see why you all try to front, perpetrating a stunt, when you know that I smoke you up like a blunt. I'm genuine like Gucci, raw like sushi. The stage of rage is what rap did to me, to make me wanna create chaos and mayhem. Cold rock a party until the 8 a.m. I'll make a muscle, grab the mic and hustle. While you stand dazed and amazed, I'll bust a little rhyme with authority, superiority, and captivate the whole crowd's majority. The rhymes I use definitely amuse, better than Dynasty or Hill Street Blues. I'm sure to score and door for more without a floor, cause I get raw. Like a reverend, rapper start severing, and in my lifetime, believe I've never been beaten or eaten and just tooken out. You know, come to think about it, I keep MCs looking out and real nervous when I'm at your service. So give me that title, boy, you don't deserve this. I work like a slave to become a master, and when I say a rhyme, you know that it has to be perfectly fitted, cause I'm committed to entertainer and trainer and Kane or get with it. I go and flow and grow to let you know I damage you. I'm not an amateur, but a professional, unquestionable, without doubt superb. So full of action, my name should be a verb. My voice will float on every note when I clear my throat. That's all she wrote. The minute that the cane starts to go on, believe it's gonna be smooth sailing, so on. As I put other rappers out of their misery, get them in a battle and make them more history. Ruling and schooling and sees that I'm dueling. Watch them all take a fall as I sit back cooling on my throne with the bronze microphone. God bless the child that can hold his own, cause I can roar. Ain't it good, kid? Ain't it good, kid? Ain't it good, kid? 24/7 chillin', killin' like a villain. The meaning of raw is ready and willing to do whatever is clever. Take a loss never, and the rhymes I bust coming off is a must, and I come off hard with rhymes that are odd. I rip the microphone and leave it scarred. Never smoking or hitting or taking a sniff. Only question MCs that be trying to riff. I get strong and titanic, do work like a mechanic, make MCs panic. They all get frantic and skeptic, like a girl on a contraceptic. As I rock, but hey, what you expected? I'll get raw for you just like a warrior, rather like a samurai. And I'll be damned if I ever let a Fisher Price MC hang. The rhyme's a toy, nothing but yin yang. So if we battle on the microphone, bring your own casket in tombstone, and I'ma preach your funeral. Tell me who in the world could ever come with more? I get bored. Like a girl on a contraceptive. What you expected? Like a samurai, and I'll be damned if I ever let a Fisher Price MC hang. The rhyme's a toy, nothing but yin yang. Bring your own casket in tombstone, and I'll preach your funeral. Tell me who in the world could ever come with more? I get raw. Ain't it good? Ain't it good? Ain't it good? Chillin' like a villain, ready and willing. Then I come on hard. I rip the microphone and leave it. Never smoking or taking a sniff. I get strong and titanic, work like a mechanic. They all get frantic, like a girl on a contraceptive. What you expected?
Right here on the FuseBox Radio.
You rap penetration, wanna
escape, but you got a day to meet fate. Run for your life when I'm starting. Suckers are getting turned to missing motherfuckers on a milk cart. In danger when I rearrange and change your face. You're being replaced to a stranger. I injure and escape like a ninja. You got struck by a fucking revenger. A bullet inserted in your head, you shot, you got murdered. Nobody seen shit, nobody heard it. Fuck around, the price is more than $1 pays. And you be singing my blues to Billie Holiday. Put your ass in my path, I'ma blast it. Mind over matter, I burn like battery acid. Terrorize and sizing up the guys. A finger on trigger when I pull it, a bullet flies it. G's a madman, came from the Badlands. Crush niggas in my bare hands like beer cans. Leaving a gas like the New York slasher. Showing my inches in a trench like a flasher. You got a problem, I'm a problem solver. I solve all problems with a 357 revolver. Come near, you pay dearly. And I can barely hear when you talk, speak up clearly. On the soul roll, the golden mic holder. And I just flatten your ass just like a steamroller. Pity for niggas I waste. Try to disrespect, get a taste of a neck brace. I got your ass on target. You got beef, you better save it for the motherfucking meat market. Rumps choke you like a headlock. If the suckers asleep, I turn the shit into bedrock. Come on son and get done in. Niggas are running like the red coats are coming. I ain't lit punk niggas that want some of this. And what's left is the breath of a death wish. It's going 6 feet under. 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 A pimp that loves shrimps and lobster. And for a hobby, I'm hitting niggas up like a mobster. I got a story for each little poor territory. The ghetto glory in all categories. The death threats I receive from the head vest. I'm riffing and suckers stiffen up like a dead bat. The truth, the stoops, the brutality. Giving no nationalities a taste of reality. Cool G rappers here the door. And any sucker that try to beat them, you meet them in a morgue. All victims unidentified. So check it, you gotta see who was the sucker from the dental record. What I used to torture liars. Even fire, barbed wire, live wire, pliers. So you thought you could last. Go and get a green thumb because your ass is grass. Every beat's the Undertaker. His pocket's swollen cause he's rolling more dope than a baker. Quiet tight, but I won't have it. Cause when I swing with the boys, I get noisy like traffic. So if you know what I know, see what I see. G-Rap's down with a mafioso posse. And I'm quick to go and stick other suckers. With a smile just like a sick motherfucker. A bullet inside the sucker's gussing. His button is nussing. We throw him in a Hudson. It's to all the non-believers. They receive a gash in their ass from a meat cleaver. Don't even try to get fast. You know the time cause I'm 5 seconds off your ass. A nightmare leaving the suckers breathless. You step in a cool G rap, then that's a death wish. It's going 6 feet under. 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 It's going 6 feet under.
Well, back once again, my popular domain. It's 7 y'all. So no more rock singing, just that everlasting name. I thought they said plain, I let them use that name, but now I'm here to retain what's rightfully mine. And I think that you'll find that if it's not Shantae, it's not genuine. I'm smart, intelligent, tasteful, and elegant. Seeing all you female MCs to be irrelevant. I make a large amount of rhymes up per day. And when I finish, go check the survey to see who's pumping. And I'm on top because when I start rapping, I rock non-stop, throwing death rhymes at you, solid as a statue. Days amaze you with praise and be infatuated. Some hate it, but I don't care. It doesn't matter because you're looking at a queen, my dear. The supreme highness, almighty noble topic exponent. My groove gets better and better now, don't it? Just like a jumbo. People fiend, study, and try to copy off the queen. So as quick as I write them, go and try to bite them. So I can knock you out the box with another item. A wonderful facility for rhyming with agility. You think that you can get with me? Where will it be? I'm a super heroine like ISIS. And when I'm in a battle, I cause a grace crisis. Realm of the queen, you know the routine. The fire astray. And if you wanna describe me, this is what you say: sexy, devastating, awesome, and precious. Some girls are fresh, but Shantae's the freshest. So what you know? Y'all bust the show, pay attention, listen, watch the girl go. Well, here's another chapter, and I have to release another bomb as quick as I grab the MIC. Then I'll be straight, cause I'm using the microphone as bait for other female MCs. So what you gonna do to this? You may be older than me, but you're new to this. Cause I've been out there, queen of MCs, where your man was walking around and mock necks and leaves. While you were over here perpetrating the fraud, I was overseas on the charts with Boy George. You're the beginner, Shantae's the winner. Have another competition for dinner. Sit you on the table with a plate and cup, say grace, and then eat. So step back, cause I can hold my own, and everyone y'all be easy, cause this girl is gone.
You are now listening to FuseBox Radio.
How many people ready to rock the house? Where Brooklyn at?
Oh, house.
Brooklyn number one. Let me hear you say ho. Yeah. Okay, we ready to rock. You ready, Shan?
Start it off, bitch. Tell them who we are.
1, 1, 2, 1, 2, up, up. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, up, up. I like to introduce myself. My name is Bismarcky, and that's MC Sham, and Marley Mob, and Mr. Magic. Can't forget Five Top, and my man Claudio, and Mike C, and my man Harmony, and Sir Brown. We're gonna do a little something like this.
All of his beats and rhymes are clear. It's Marky, the beatbox is here. We're always in at a positive course. Beats my rhymes come by make force. I say it's like a force cause the force is strong. And if you think I'm talking, you think it's wrong. Or your other beatboxes are a bunch of jerks. Fizz, give them an example how beatbox works. Now what's going on with MCs today? MCs today think they have some clout, but you can half understand what they're talking about. When I go to a jam, I often get upset. Hearing MCs saying things that for some they regret. Half the MCs today are writers, the other half mixed folk rappers. Some can't seem to keep a steady pace, and if you're in the category, then that's a disgrace. It's a race of MCs you will never pass if the beat's too slow and you saying hip hop, that is better tip. You gotta write the freshest rhymes that make some sense, cause you're always guaranteed to go through screening. When I say make sense, you can have some meaning. The rhyme's some right, won't be no hit. From the day that you wrote it, sounded just like you deliver some lines with anticipation. Other lines have no motivation. I hope you listen close to what I had to say, cause I'm asking you what's wrong with MCs today. You're being hypnotized by every rhyme I make. I'm gonna sit back and chill while fixing Molly break. Now what goes up, you know it must come down. I'm gonna show you how a real rock MC sound. While I'm in the game for fame and wealth, I'm gonna talk a little bit about myself. Well, I'm the kind of guy most MCs dread, cause I see the freshest things from the top of my head. MCs like me are hard to find. Break the mic and leave the rest into my mind. There'll be no contemplation, famous procrastination. I just try to see computers do this information. The rhymes I write ain't nickel and dime, and if your rhymes are worth this much, then you're wasting your time. I send MCs home filled with stress and fatigue. They come to battle battle me when they are out of the league. When MCs come and tell me that they are great, I tell them no thank you because I already ate. To battle with you is not my desire. Distinguish you like water does to fire. From that point, if you're not sold, it's like a quart of Miller up against old gold. It'll be a nightmare. I'll be the thriller. I'm the old gold and you're the Miller. I used to be sucky when I first begun. Now I walk around calling MC my son. These are the MCs that I've already had. And if you ask me who's your father, there's a shame of that. To battle me, a lot of MCs tried it, but I'm like a missile that ain't got it. The kind of guy that doesn't show up. Say the words I'll be headed in your direction. Put my brain into the rhyming mode. Use you as a target, then I start to explode. You remind them of a people that is known as reason. First you was born, now you're in pieces. I'm talking to your MCs that think they got clout. But look at me, you know it's you I'm talking about. No, it's not a fake when they say that I'm nice. I'm just like New York, you should've called me twice. I write all day from sun to sun. I just had to get on to show you how it's done. When I rock, I do like to please. I hope you learn some more, you do the MCs. First you'll take it like a man and tell the people that you learned from MC Shan.
Peter, Peter, Peter. This dedicates to my man, Larry. Larry.
I'll be pimping, walk like I'm limping. This brother ain't simping. Not to mention a winner of Mac Daddy conventions. I get a lot of attention. Sleeping in sheets that's made of satin. With one of my money making honeys. She's mixed Spanish and Latin. She's a fly type of swinger. 20 carats on her fingers. Makes on every coat hanger. In a high rise made for only fly guys. With a size that attracts the ladies' eyes. Keeping the stash in the cash flow. Profiles kept low. More dough than Barry Manilow. Fly cars, I got diamonds and jelly jars to earn respect. Collected bar fight scars. Slick talking with a chick when I'm walking. Midnight stalking, all the suckers be hawking. In a max, while you been waxing your Cadillacs. Smooth as a sax, but I can cut you like an axe. Big spinner, cause I'm a winner like Bruce Jenner. I burn all beginners, I let them simmer like a TV dinner. On the throne, cause I'm hard like stone. Holding my own, cause I'm bad to the bone. Parties I'm crashing with a flashy type of fashion. On stage I get courageous, and I enslaved the bravest. More diamonds than Sammy Davis. I'm more dramatic than Dallas is. More pretty than our palaces. Hands no calluses. Give me a clever girl and now I'll fox her. The man that rocks here and pure silk boxes. So what you want, honey, a chump or a champ? Visa, food stamps, Latins or lamps. I run a game like Sega. Go to war like Noriega, hit like Schwarzenegger. Exciting when I'm fighting, I'm frightening. Stick chicks slicking quick like grease lightning. Ladies, I love you all tomorrow like Annie. And I bet you all leave with wet panties. Cause I can make an 80 or dash, come back fast. Rap rappers are left in the back like a jackass. Police wanna harass me, cause I got all the material that has me looking jazzy. The MC patroller. Pocket so fat, I flat him down with a dough roller. Dead zone when I strike the microphone. G-Rap's known cause I'm bad to the bone. I'm outstanding, type of guy girls never abandon. And when I'm rolling with force, 3 across your belly, knocking suckers out the box like I'm playing Skelly. Cause I pull out the 45 if you offend me, and leave the barrel of it smoking like a chimney. Rhymes are dynamic, voice is titanic, gigantic, suckers get frantic and in panic. A smooth talker, cause I'm a Queens, New Yorker. My rhymes bring more good times than Jimmy Walker. A bum rusher, cause I'm a crusher of hard rocks. When I turn 30, I still be dirty as Red Fox. Try to quote what I wrote, get a sore throat. My lyrical notes float like sailboats. I keep it steady for the petty sucker rappers, I'll be ready. I got more bodies than Frank Nettie. Battles are when instrumental, cause I send them to hell when I begin them. Because I put it in them like a venom. Discover the toughest rap brother you ever seen. Not a fury, but milky like the Dairy Queen. Moving around like a smooth choreographer. Posing with holes in her clothes for the photographer. On video show, making your girlfriend moan. Cause I'm bad to the bone.
Listening to the FuseBox with John Judah.
And the rhymes are dead. This rap so fresh till I get out of breath. Now this is something that we do have to do, and this is a team that I must introduce. I'm Shantae, he's Biz Markie. We rock so fresh that they think it's three of us who rap together, strong as a bond that is better than leather. My name is Shantae, and yes, I'm pop straight. And you can tell by the sound of my voice that the way that I rock, that I am the best. Higher than the rest, plus into the best. Through all my felines and my felines too. Stepped out my house, I just knew I was true. Bumped into Biggie, had on felines too. I said, yo, Biz Markie, what you wanna do? We stepped out the house, chillin', yes, you know. Went outside, kinda cold, you know. So I threw on the bottle so I could get loose. Matter of fact, it was my black jeans. Stepped outside, everyone was honest. I said, you like it, baby, don't you want it? They looked at me, they thought it was funny. And out my pocket, a bit of money. Me and Biz went uptown, yes. Chillin' around, cause we know they're the best. And then came up this guy to me. He said, we want you to make a record, you see. Looked at Biz, I said, do you wanna do it? He said, yeah, Shantae, there's nothing to it. I said, alright, and time must pass. I said, the money, haha, and we laughed. That's not enough. Things are getting tough and sorta rough. If you're not paying me a G or more, then you might as well take your contract out the door. He looked at me, he got so mad. And then when he left, we were sorta glad. No, we don't sniff coke, we don't get high. All we do is dress real fly. Hang out at a party till the morning light. Chillin' all the time while MC fight. I sing my rhyme, he does the beat. And you know me and him can never be defeated. We never sing beat it, and no, we don't eat it. And if you do not like it, then yes, you can write it. And don't you know, don't get excited. I'm Shantae, he's Biz Markie. Side by side, yes, you know it's we. No, I don't speak French when I say we. I mean us two, no, not us three. Everyone knows that I am much better. Come on, Biz Markie, get it together. We talk to the girls, you know they are whack. Tell those cats they sound like cats. That subject cute and it's sort of fine, but another subject just came in my mind. It's sort of crazy, it's sort of whack. I'm talking about $5 crack. Run around town just sticking up each other, ready to rob each other's mother. Getting little cats don't want to choke, and all you do sit down and smoke. Your drawers move in, your body gets skinny. You spend your money to your very last penny. You walk around yes in the same old jeans, and yes you know just what I mean. No, you're not too sort of whack. You're getting real skinny and as big as your hat. And if you wanna be, I can tell you so. And here's a few things that you should know. Yes, it's crack, then
107.
What I feel. I gotta talk about my life as I see it.
Right here on the FuseBox Radio.
Biggie.
Thinking of a plan, looking like Raggedy Ann or Doe Can, kicking a can. Thinking of a bite to put some banking, because I'm dead and stinking. So all my shoes making, t-shirt is shrinking. Soon I see some thighs and my eyes open wide quick. Who's that with the chick? Bill past my sidekick. What's up, black? Give his hand a smack. Then up pulls a Cadillac, your baby will be back. Jump right on the side, not too many people saw us thinking about who got the mob, because the mob got a job for us. They drove us down to the silver section of town where the clowns dare be paying for protection. They want us to send up message to Jimmy the bartender, lend a friend of money next to ripping off his car fender. He's coming up short, she's short. Coke, dope, nope, hope we don't get caught. He owes some Benjamin Franklin's, every last bit of them, but Jimmy's pockets are empty, so now we gotta get rid of him. But Jimmy's wife is with him and they don't wanna involve her. Hopped out the back seat, they gave me a revolver. Fast shoot distract him, while I go and whack him. Attacked him, he's screaming for his life, reaching for his wife. Shot him in the back of the head and tricked him with a knife. And that goes for anybody that gotta pay their dues. You lose, cause I got the ill street blues. Suckers are clobber, because my town is full of cops and robbers. You're not promised tomorrow in this little shop of horrors. So I got to get with the business and hit quick. Money grits, pockets looking thick, so I stick slick. Moving right there, hands in the air, I know you got the loot. Or better yet, face down on the ground, empty your pockets too. Get the check, I got the check right on your neck. And I expect to make a buck, the heck with a travel check. But if a Vic tries to joke me, I'll have to smoke him like I'm Smokey the Bear. So okie dokie, goodbye. A boy full of yards, have a good journey. Don't even try begging for your life, that don't concern me. So to the next week, that freezes. You're begging and your pleases, only getting you closer to meeting Jesus. Yeah, I shake a schmuck just to make a buck. Then I break a truck, and if the duck gotta get tucked, then I don't give a fuck. Hyper as a sniper, paper niggas like a plumber. Cold thinking and sticking up the ones that run the numbers. Or even the biggest, call the lady in the liquor store. Come inside, they kicking the door. Pull out and I'm sticking the floor. Money all your life, money, hurry and choose, but you lose, because I got the ill street blues. Extra, read all about it in the papers. The boss tried to rape us, so we tossed him off the skyscraper. Because he brought us some other people to come and hit us. Get us, but none of them did us. He must be trying to kid us, but that's dead. I'm fake out in the red. Post the bread, borders, post nobody can short us. We fled down the headquarters, ready to bust some work. We're not a lazy crew. I do what job I do, but yo, my man can't even stick me with some crazy glue. Ready to tour and even more because he's foreign. We took out all his lookouts out the front and kicked his door in. What's up, Snake? I just violate. They called him a hot shot. Yo, that's the pick, let them fly straight. Getting ready to jab him. I grabbed him by the necktie. Homie tried to get fly. Swing, I give him a necktie. You know the evil the men do. Hell is where the men go. We snatched him by his hands and feet and threw him out the window. Up, 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 and away, cause I don't play clown. Buck, 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 take that with you on the way down. I'm hoping you got springs or wings on your shoes, but you lose, cause I got the ill street blues.
You are now listening to the FuseBox with John Judah.
I don't care who's first or who's last, but I know that y'all just better rock this at the drop of a dime, baby. I don't know what y'all gonna do with this, but it got to be funky. It got to be funky if you're gonna be on it. I don't care who start, I don't care what y'all do, but you got to be finished before the music is through. Now who's first up to bat?
Listen closely, so your attention's undivided. Many in the past have tried to do what I did. Just the way I came off then, I'm gonna come off stronger and longer, even with the drum off. I keep on going and flowing just like a river. I got a whole lot to give, so I'm a giver. Little at a time, new trails I'm blazing. Action is in effect and always stays in. Yeah, just like a shot from a cannon. I am the man in charge and I've been planning. A jam strong enough that it can lift your soul. I'm the originator and my rhymes are made of gold. Once you hear the capital A, rap it'll stay with you for a while. It won't go away unless you force it. Force it stays with you, my friend. And if you force it away, I'ma hit you again. I believe that's me. Craig G, light up the mic for the symphony. This jam is dedicated to all unoptimistics that thought I wasn't coming out with some exquisite rhymes. But that's alright, cause now I'm back to kill all the rumors and straighten the facts of me. Now rockin' rhymes like I always used to, but you jumped on the tip when you heard me in the Juice Cruise. You said, ain't that something? Look like I heard you in that jam and it's pumping. I apologize, oh yeah, and can I have your autograph for me and my grandma? That's how I'm living, on surprise mode. Don't even sleep, try not to keep your eyes closed, cause if you do, when you awaken, this so-called spot will be taken. I'll take it over like a greedy executive, cause on the mic, my perspective is to be the best in all rap events. And since I have a call, I call experience. No, next up! Yo, I believe that's me. G, light up the mic for the symphony. Yo, Harley gives a slice. I get nice in my voice. It's twice as horrifying as Vincent Price. Go steep till you fell in a spell of a sleep. And while I'm counting the money, you count sheep. When G-Rap strikes the mic, I recite the type of hype that you like to make the people unite. I rip off hips and zip off lips. Step on raps. You flip and wanna sip on my tip. Take a deep breath because you don't have another left. Coming back like I'm revenging my brother's death. Making veterans run for medicine, cause I put out more life in a fight the con netizens. Rip the damn cage like I'm on a rampage. So if you want rage, I'ma make front page. Read the headlines, suckers, the day's the deadline. Your head is way past bedtime. Next up, I believe that's it. Big Daddy can get on the mic for the symphony. Setting it off, letting it off, beginning till the ending. You never been in the groove with the smooth rap lord, like a pop of juice. Rhymes are being poured down your ear, crisp and clear as I prepare to wear, tear and smear. Then I'm out of here with the mark left that you can all cling. Cause rocking a party, yo, is a small thing. I went many places on regular basis, and broken down mics were the only traces that I've been there, in there at the party. The mic had my prints, and on it was a body. So take caution, I'm not horsing around in a throwdown clown. I'm taking yours, son. So just acknowledge the way that I kicked it, cause if rap was a house, you'd be evicted and dismissed from the microphone. Choking on a bone, his daddy's home. And battling me is hazardous to health. So put a quarter in your act, cause you played yourself. I reign superior, always taking care of ya. No real rappers, you will evaporate, disintegrate, deflate to your fate. And the great will dominate, straight to the stage of reigning, gaining. So put gaining, that category, period, in the story.
I still have beats, what's wrong with you? Yo, fellas, y'all got to do something on this there track. They ain't gonna let the track house you? What? You let these track house you? What? Yo, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
The K, the double O, the L, the D are AP letters.
Sound nice, check one.
The K, the double O, the L, the D are AP letters.
Sound nice.
Lieutenant Gotti, in tone, got a body harder than Flintstone. Your girl got a skin bone. I'm taking it down with my skin tone. It's burning and Bobby, cause upping is my hobby. Down in the end zone with Miss, they made a friends mo. Listen and learn and turn on your tuners. If he loonies, try to come and break, bang, zoom like honeymooners. I don't want singers, but finger snappers. Speaker slapper, the weaker the rapper, the dapper rappers. When I flap my trapper, got that ass gas by Amical. You know you ain't man, I go dead up, head up, so I set up to slam a hoe. I don't give a heck, but I don't peck on a redneck. You wanna pull cards, you're a dead deck. Pen check, left for my tech. Come and step up and get your head wrecked. Wait a sec, you coming to see what's left? I gotta catch my breath. Rap a slave and play like left to left. And only you nitwits can get with this hit. You dipsticks, even miss kiss with no lipstick. I don't run a style, but a mouth. God bless the child. Make a snappy, happy, rap a smile like on my bow. Hell, I'm ringing bells with a ding dong. I play you like ping pong. It's swinging on my jingle ain't King Kong. I pop at cops, I got a bigger day habit. Bang, 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 just like the ricochet rabbit. Rabbit, you soundin' just like a lady, baby. Maybe your oldest Brady still in the 80s. Metaphors born in Haiti. I pop to the top, not a hip hop, pop, pop, pops. Whenever it drops, someone over rappers at the record shop. You name the best, I'll say who, like owls. Pass me a towel, and I'ma move my vowels all over his vowels. Bring 10 million, I'll send a venom in him. You ain't gonna win him, cause he gotta win his momentum. And I don't wanna hear from a square, cause one of these niggas just doesn't belong here. My rhymes are like a 9mm Beretta. Cause anything rappers could do, yo, I can do it better.
The K, the double O, the L, the D are AP letters.
My life sound nice, check two.
The K, the double O, the
that letter.
You don't feel slow, toy, cheap thrills, no joy. My lyrical skills give me pills, berry dope boy. Back, I'm hacking them up like Jack the Ripper. Tapelli, I'm pulling the zipper. Finger pop, the better the better a flipper. You're out of date, you must be the late show. I hate so much on the break slow. Uh-oh, better get made, go. Dead on, head on collision. Bad decision, you wanna see me, you better check your vision. It ain't 2020 money, silly bunny, you're funny. You had to get smashed just like a crash test dummy. Retire, your name shit, but Oscar Mayer. Cause, hey, some of you raggy rappers just playing away. That's POLOGNA. So come and swing wild, mouth child, and get your style hurt. Hey, 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 said I'll say it's finer than our. Play out your own risk if you did. Not a lot of hot groups turning cold. Better go and sip on some Swiss Miss. In the city, acting like biddies. The pistol so here, kitty, kitty. Come get some milk from all this swally. Cross at the green out in between to get hit, G. Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. Out for the dash, but in the flash, you should've let me pass my crash. Now that ass is in the body cast. Every time I put out my records and takes, motherfuckers go bananas like this was Planet of the Apes. Rapes up them like cherries and lay down. Put these tickets to run the sit down on it like a greyhound. Down with the clowns, acting like killers. As good as written soul to some niggas. You ain't even McGilla gorillas. Face in your face, singing like Mace. I'm bringing the right taste, hanging like waste. Pick up the pace.
A long time, I shouldn't have left you without a strong rhyme to step to. Think of how many weak shows you slept through. Time's up, I'm sorry I kept you. Thinking of this, you keep repeating your miss. The rhyme from the microphone solo with. So you sit by the radio and on the dial soon. As you hear it, pump up the volume. Dance with the speaker till you hear it blow. Plug in the headphones, here it go. It's a four-letter word when it's heard to control your body to dance. So don't text the tempo like a red alert. Just reflex and let it work. This is playing, you can't get stuck with the saying I'm still come up with. To be swift, follow the leader, the rhymer goes with the record that was mixed a long time ago. It could be done, but only I could do it. For those that can dance and clap your hands to it. I start to think, and then I sink into the paper like I was ink. When I'm writing, I'm trapped in between the lines. I think when I finish the rhyme, I got soul. A beat like this might tempt me to show my rings and my fat gold chain. Grab the mic like I'm on so trained, but I wait, cause I master this. Let the others go first so the brothers don't miss. Eric, you break the sticks. You got it! Rock will begin when you make the beats. Experiment like a scientist. You wanna rhyme? You gotta sign my list. Cause I'm a manifest and bless the mic, I'll hold you on the next. Then you gotta have soul. Cause if you ain't got it, I'ma make an encore. Take the mic, make the people respond for the R. Cause that's the way it'll have to be. If you wanna get on that, think about it. Wait, erase your rhyme, forget it. And don't waste your time. Cause I'll be in the crowd if you ain't controlling it. Drop the mic, you shouldn't be holding it. This is how it should be done. This style is identical to none. Some try to make it sound like this, but you're getting me. Song said that I'm breaking. I drip steam like a microphone theme. Ego to MC is my theme. I get hyped when I hear drum roll. Rock him is on the mic. You know I got soul. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. I got soul. That's why I came to teach those who can't say my name. First of all, I'm the soloist, the soul controller. Rock him gets stronger as I get older. Constant elevation, cause expansion. I write my rhymes while I cool in my mansion. Then put it on tape and in the city I test it. Then on the radio the R's requested. You listen to it, the concept might break you. Cause almost anyone can relate to. Whoever's out of hand, I'ma give them handles. Light them up, blow them out like candles. Or should I just let them out? To give them a hand so they can see how I felt. I'm not bold just cause I rock gold. Rock him is on the mic. And you know I got soul. Soul. You got it. You got it. You got it. Now I'ma stop to see what you got. Get off the mic before it get too hot. I wanna see which posse can dance the best.
It should be easy, cause the beat is fresh. Down through from uptown, Brooklyn bound, the Bronx, Queens, or Long Island Sound. Even other states come right and exact. It ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. Since you came here, you have to show and prove, and do that dance until it don't move. That's all you need is soul, self-esteem, or release. The rest is up to you. Rock him or say peace.
Right here on the FuseBox Radio. As I steps inside the playground, I lays down my laws at the door, and any nigga that's looking for trouble got to face these silver double fours. Then I be packing on my hip, hollow tips inside the clip, ready to rip a nigga shit and make his quick slip. To the side as a homicide's committed, I get rid of niggas quick, cause ain't no bullshit permitted. I'm an outlaw, the motherfucking villain, doing killings. I won't stop until the moon got body stacked up to the fucking ceiling. It ain't no drive-bys, a mag in a bag, lady disguise a surprise. You got a hole between your fucking eyes. Niggas is grays, catching strays from the blaze. Amazed by the ways I lays them down with my shit sprays. Crazy brains hanging in niggas' veins and swinging, banging niggas slinging, even my own fucking ears are ringing. Cause what I carry's much bigger than Dirty Harry's. Do a Hail Mary, I make Bloody Marys out of your capillaries. Pieces of flesh hanging off a nigga's chest, cause the vest that he dressed couldn't fuck with the Smith & West. Motherfuckers running for miles, body stacked up in piles. I'm killing executioner style.
Coming straight off the sidewalks of New York, a nigga living foul.
Killing executioner style.
Coming straight off the sidewalks of New York, a nigga living foul.
Killing executioner style. I keep my 45 loaded with dum-dums and rear holders, right on my way for just in case somebody got to get exploded. Cause G-Rap ain't that nigga to try to play so nigga lay low. Or get yourself a pair with wings or harp in a halo. Clown, keep fucking around and you be dead. G, I'm spitting out the lead sheet to split your fucking head like the Red Sea. Charged up with anger, 6 lungs in every chamber. Dangerous stranger with itchy trigger fingers like no ranger. I'm coming to split your cabbage like a savage and put 2 in your ass, bitch. And 1 inside the wifey and the baby carriage. So I head for the hills, I kill niggas for thrills. Cause a crazy plus bill when I let one drill in your grill. I will pull out the Glock and clear the pocket when I cock it. Get laid and played out of pocket with a rocket in your eye socket. So raise up queers and say your fucking prayers. I've been killing for years, hunting motherfuckers like reindeers. If one nigga's left standing, I'll squeeze the cannon. Open this motherfucking ass like the Grand Canyon. Laying faggot niggas like towel when I get wild and foul. I'm killing execution style.
Coming straight off the sidewalks of New York, a nigga living foul.
Killing execution style.
Coming straight off the sidewalks of New York, a nigga living foul.
Killing execution style. My shit and aim at niggas' faces, leaving no traces, so a niggas beating body cases. I'm wetting shit up, you get hit up by the super soaker. Brain after brain, I'm a motherfucking chain smoker. Cause it's the rootin' tootin' with the 6-shooter, put a hole in your trooper so big niggas can hula hoop ya. Lifting them Smith & Wessons like the Westerns. I blow out a niggas' intestines and send them back to the fucking essence. Bullet rolls, blows out the nose of my fofo. Cutting down on you bozos, so running off a popo. Sending paramedics and bringing a lot of anesthetics. Motherfucking bodies overheaded, niggas are shredded. So nigga get ready to meet your fucking fate when I send 6 straight 8 straight into your motherfucking chest plate. G-rapping murdering niggas as a child. You can go and check my files. I'm killing executioner style.
Coming straight off the sidewalks of New York, a nigga living foul.
Killing executioner style.
Coming straight off the sidewalks of New York, a nigga living foul.
Killing executioner style.
You are now listening to the FuseBox with John Judah.
That's right. We can't hear the rock. Everybody hear the rock or what? Bismarcky. I want everybody to say Bismarck, Bismarck. This is my man Little Sean. New addition to my crew. We got Mr. Magic. We got Craig G. We got my man LA Sunshine. And we came to rock a little something like this. If you wanna get stupid or try to get loose, wanna yell, ooh, that means juice. I'm down with Mr. Magic and the Juice Crew, the master of the, the master of the, the master of the. 1 2, 1 2, up. 1 2, 1 2, up. I like to introduce myself. My name is Bismarck. I'm down with MC Champ and Shantae. My DJ is Marley Mob.
A 1 2.
DJ Swamp.
A 1 2.
And Little Sharp.
1 2 1 2.
My man Craig G.
Yes, that's me.
We're down with Mr. Magic.
Yes, we are.
My man is Fly Top.
Yes, he is.
We came to rock before the floor.
Yes, we are.
Like this.
Oh my God, I think I'm having a rap attack.
When I rock my funky lyrics, I'm a definite must. When it comes to smoking rhymes, I am progressed. Now my rhymes are hot. Some say that they're burning. Me and Marley Marl, we rest for 41 burning. We definitely get ill with the stupid much clout. People say they go crazy, the kid that made the record shout. Now when it comes to rhymes, no one can see that we rock the house with my man Bismarcky, with the master of the 1 2 in the place. They're gonna rock and definitely do it for you. Now I'm definitely rocking in the place on the go. So if you wanna rock, say ho. Then it goes like this to run for show. Well, my name is Craig G, and I'm the chief exec. Rated best all around in any rap prospect. Cause I make your body wriggle, make the girls giggle. Get me mad enough to be in the hospital. I've been rated, integrated as my rap resource. When it comes to smoking lyrics, I'm the boss, of course. When I say lyrics, I don't mean the ones that sound so embarrassing they seem half done. But that's not my type of lyrical fashion. The way I like to rhyme is debonair and dashing rhymes I manufacture. MCs I fracture. If you wanna battle me, I'll go fracture. So stop digging for dreams or dig deep. So sucker MCs, I ask you not to sleep. Bismarcky definitely give your radio a kick with the 1 2 and the definite clicks. So rock the beat as I proceed. I can definitely rock and give you what you need.
I do the 1 2, you know my fame, but my name and I'm in my head, I don't know.
Do it.
Every time I rock, you want my autograph, cause I'm the originator of the laugh.
Do it. I said do it.
And even my father laughed. Party people.
Okay, come on, give it up for Bismarcky, the Human Orchestra. Okay, we're gonna continue with the rap attack. Turn it back over to the studio outside. We'll let the master control. Everyone here at the Hispanic World's Fair, we'd like to thank you for coming out. Keep the juice, and we'll see you next time.
When I was 5 years old, I realized there was a road. At the end, I would win lots of pots of gold. Never took a break, never made a mistake. Took time to create, cause there's money to make. To be a millionaire takes hard work for years. Some nights I shed a tears while I set a prayer. Been through hard times, even worked part-time in a food store, sweeping floors sometimes. I was short of water, taking the next man's orders. Breaking my back with a shack for headquarters. All my manpower, for $4 an hour. Took the time and wrote rhymes in the shower. Shoes and stuff, cause the road gets rough. But I'm a rocket cause my pockets ain't stuffed enough. All the freaks look steep, cause my jets were weak. They return the upper cheek, so I started to see a way to get a play. And maybe one day I'll be performing up a store for a decent pay. No matter how it seems, I always kept the dream. All the girlies scream, and suckers get cream. Dreamed about it for 5 years straight. Finally I got a break to cut my first plate. The road ain't yellow, and riches. I used to stand on the block, selling cooked up rock, money busting out my sock, cause I really was clock. Dealt with 4 kind of fiends, bringing jackets and jeans, magazines, anything, just to hustle a beat. The cash was coming fast, money grew like grass. People hungry for the blast that don't even last. Didn't wanna be involved, but the money will get you. Getting richer and richer, the police took a picture, but I still supplied. Some people I knew died, murders and homicides, bottles of suicide. Money, jury, living like a star, and I wasn't too far from a Jaguar car in a small town casino. The town's Al Pacino, but all of the girls a pretty boy Valentino. I shot up stores and I kicked down doors, collected scars from little neighborhood wars. Many legs I broke, many necks I choked, and if provoked, I let the pistol smoke. Loyal members in a crew now down with the game, selling nickels and dimes and sunshine or rain. What I had was bad, from my shoes to my pad. In the first time in my life, loaning money to dad. Now the tables turn and my lifestyle switches. My name is Coogee Rap, I'm on the road to the riches. Months for drugs, he eventually bugs, looking for crack on carpets and rugs. A spiller tells, but a dealer still sells. Little spoiled kids inheriting oil wells. I was the type on the opposite side of smoking a pipe. In the beef, I got hype cores, racks to riches, switches made to witches, become stitches, body bags and ditches. Bloodshed, I painted the town red. People fled as I put a dread's head to bed. That means dead. In other words, species. Face got erased, bullets got released, bombs were planted, the kids were kidnapped. In fact, this was a way to get back at enemies who try to clock G's on my block. Now they forever Nazis. Plans of rampages went for ages. Some got knocked and locked inside cages. Some bit the dust for crumbs and crust. In God we trust, now rots the rust. Bust, cats and cops, policeman drops. They blew off his top when a pistol went pop. Troopers, soldiers, rolling like boulders. Eyes of hate and their hearts get colder. Slum, young, male, put in jail. His lawyer so good, his bail is on sale. Looking at the hourglass, I'm looking at power last. Longer than my song, but he already fell. He likes to eat hearty, party, be like John Gotti. And drive a Maserati, rough in the ghetto, but in jelly's jello, mellow, yellow fellow, tell, oh hell, hello. Court date could turn an outlaw to an inmate. The judge stayed, ship him upstate, rob the Great Lakes, and let him wait and wait and wait until he breaks, that's all it takes. So he thinks to be a man, but he can't stand on his own 2 feet, because now he's in a new land. Rules are different, so is life. Will you think with a shank, talk with a knife? Not my lifestyle, so I made a U-turn. The more money I earn, more money to burn. Pushing on buttons, pulling on switches. My name is G-Rap, I'm on the road to the riches.
I think you'll agree, it's dynamite. That's all the time we have tonight. Join us next time. Good night.